Finally got to click the button because I forgot to actually click the right button. Oh well. But yes, people are
I
doing
think I'm gonna
stuff.
have to go with something.
So shopping. Um, as y'all proceed through and clear out your shopping and lay poor scorched Arabella to rest.
She is one of your own. Please take her. Here's her holy symbol, her ceremonial robes, which she wear so very little, and a couple of other knickknacks that she bore with her that we have no use for. Put this child to rest, as she was one of your own.
They will do so. A little bit surprised at the deity, but not gonna say too much. It's like, huh, not what I was expecting. Oh well, moving on. So they will lay her to rest, perform the appropriate rites, and get poor Arabella taken care of. Poor baby. Alrighty.
She's pranking angels now.
Yay!
Or are the angels pranking her?
A little bit of
No.
both.
Well,
It's a
equal
give and
terms.
take.
I'm gonna say a little bit of both.
It's gonna
Somewhere
be
in the
yes.
afterlife, she meets up with Bell, Bjorn, Svenna.
Different
Not necessarily,
gods.
no, because they all go to different
Bjorn made it to
deities.
Valhalla. Go fuck yourself.
Where you
Different
go depends
gods.
on your deity.
And even if your deity doesn't punish you or you get taken by devils or
He
makes
loved the
war
fact
or
that I
such,
died in battle. Are you kidding me?
it all
Bjorn
depends.
totally made it to Valhalla.
Yeah. Now, as for other happenings,
Get some.
um, there comes time for the meeting with James.
Yeah, I messaged ahead on the sending stone.
Yeah, you get a response back, a date, a time, a place, and to make sure the rest are there.
All right,
And he does not sound happy.
come on. Well, it's hard to sound happy or sad over a sending, but Naya has the proper mindset of we done fucked up.
Yeah.
Just
She
can't wait.
doesn't.
Oh, and it's included in the note to make sure Zahid is there as well.
Oh, God. Oh, Dan, unmute yourself.
I think he went
Maybe.
AFK on us.
Yeah.
Well, I will take Zahid. I will take
Hi.
Sheena and myself after we
Oh,
drop
there
off
he.
items to the upgrade and do a little bit of shopping, and we will head to the designated location at designated time. You two, best behavior. Things did not go well. We'll be lucky if we get to keep this assignment or get knocked down to probably even whatever's below where we currently are.
All right.
You've also been very quiet lately. It's so out of character for me.
What was that, Mike? What was that, Michael?
I, I made a remark that, oh, Zahid, you've also been so quiet lately. It's like you haven't even been here.
Ow!
Oh god, that was too good.
It's like, ow! That,
Yeah.
that might leave a
I
mark.
kind of, yeah, I kind of forgot your smell was here for a moment.
I know
Yeah.
you want to get back to the tavern and
I
meet
believe
some
Zahid is
ladies.
currently male, or is he still female?
He would have been
Oh,
female at the time.
Yes.
I female when I was female when I like time.
All right, then you are still currently female.
So it's a time limit then.
No, there is not.
God damn it.
If you were female before, you're female now.
Things just get put on
Because nothing has
pause.
happened storyline that would cause it to change.
Hmm. Hmm.
Zahid, I
Alright.
sure hope you get yourself back to whatever is normal for you.
I don't really care. Honestly, I'm fine with this.
Oh, good. You've adjusted well.
I'm adjusted.
As you all arrive at the location on time, you see James is sitting there in a chair.
Naya will give a bow and proceed up to a appropriate distance to hold a conversation.
You know, we'll follow up. Says something like an animal. Yawns like, oh, hello there, James. And Sylvan. Not Elvin, Sylvan.
Naya doesn't say a word.
stares at Naya, looks at Sheena, looks at Zahid.
Hey.
So, do I have to explain as to how badly you did?
No, the results and delays speak for themselves, not to mention the loss of life.
A little bit of delay does not bother me. Should bother you because that means if there's a problem, the problem just grows bigger and you still have to deal with it. As for what you achieved, well, if you'd accomplished it without loss of life and loss of people, I probably would have said, good job, congratulations, because that's a good thing. The fact that the result was you completed it, and then somehow after that, facing two opponents of, I can't say of great strength, but at least strength, you fought them, cleared that without too much trouble. That I would congratulate you on normally. The fact of after that resulted in two deaths against foes that were of weak quality, and that one of it was due to one's incompetence and the other getting emotional. Which I get it. Some of you little people, you get emotional about things. Maybe it's because of your young age. I don't know. I don't really care.
I blame myself for not being present. I was carrying out other actions that were supposed to benefit.
But from my understanding and the research I've done, because after I got the note from you, I investigated to find out how things went badly, how things went as badly as they did.
I imagine
And
you, yes.
so I got hold of Clarice and found out from her. She used her contacts and found out more.
The guy who was present I spoke with, right?
Yes. Because when she brings a contract to them asking, saying, hey, provide information and you get paid, they did so. So, yeah, I found out.
I had no intention
And
of hiding it, sir.
the information was that the fire mage incinerated one of your own as well as an enemy. Although he did far more damage to his own than to an enemy, makes me wonder why you kept him with you. If he is such a danger, why did you keep him?
He was a guide, and if he had continued to be dangerous and I was aware of his actions, I would have killed him myself, sir, because he had been warned twice.
We don't have to worry about him anymore, though.
Yes, he's
you
dead.
took care of it,
Because I'll be
Sheena.
honest, if you hadn't have done it, I'd have made arrangements so that he would have died. Because he's a threat.
Sorry, what?
He's a danger. Such things should be dealt with speed and efficiency.
Closest thing I can find to what I wanted to look like.
So, he's dead. A mage of his power is a rare thing. If he'd been useful, I probably would have preferred keeping him. As a clear and present danger, he's better off dead. Now, the part I do have a problem with is a cleric, a priest of such strength, is now dead due to stupidity and I could say bad luck, but I won't even attribute this to luck. Bad decisions.
Yes, sir. And if I was present, I would imagine things may have played out differently.
But Naya, you may not have been present.
Picture uploaded.
But, he points at Sheena, she was.
I'll just turn and look at Sheena.
Looks at
I believe
Sheena.
Sheena did resolve the matter, although I
A
only got
little late.
minor details. of what
Sheena.
happened.
By the way, Shig, Sheena's understanding everything that's being spoken in
Yeah.
maximum clarity.
I imagine
Even though you're
so.
pretty sure he's speaking common, for some reason for you it's coming through in Sylvan.
Oh, tongues.
Love it.
So, as for you, child, If such an individual is a threat to you and yours, why did you tolerate him?
She just trust. I liked him until he showed weakness.
So you liked him even though he had no qualms with burning your own.
I never really noticed him burning, but most of the time it was usually just he was just speaking to him himself. And there was a few
Nice.
times where he did get hit, but he was trying to hit as much as further away from the enemy. Accidental fragging. I think there was this accidental fragging, but up until that
High rolls.
point,
An accident is something that happens maybe once or now and then. And then it's usually something one learns from and strives to not repeat. From my understanding and the research I've conducted, he's done it repeatedly. He was as much a threat to you as the enemies you fought. And again, according to my research, in almost every fight y'all have been in, one of your own got hurt because of him. I think it was
That
something like
sounds accurate.
60%.
hey, that's not true. I mean, when we were fighting this giant deer thing, he didn't hurt that thing.
Yeah, I definitely
That
hurt you.
was him.
I don't care. Are you sure? Because when it died, it blew up on my face, and I ran
That
away.
was
because-
him. Oh,
Sheena's
and,
learning a lot right now.
and let's go back even further. When you went to the dragon's cave, you fought the guardian of his treasure. It didn't blow up. He did. That was him. The deer thing. A modified mimic.
Ooh.
It does
Wait,
not
this-
have the capability of exploding. It cannot
mimic.
do magic. It can't, much less fire. He could. Which means you cannot pay attention to your surroundings in a fight. It means you cannot realize the obvious.
Busted.
As for you, he looks at Zahid, you were not involved in that fight. So I do not have as many words for you.
You know, I had ethereal disease. I'm sorry.
I was down with
However-
something, man.
I do believe you should show a little bit more concern as to what is happening. Because,
Yeah.
from my understanding, you meddled with the cleric while she was casting a high level spell, and now find yourself cursed by a god.
Which
Congratulations.
I'm not really. I mean, honestly, this won't bother me in any way.
You say that, but the gods are watching. If he decides that you find this as too much amusement, he might change it. The gods
is
are
a-
watching what
out
you
of-
do.
Out of
They have a
character, I feel like
stake
that's a
in
threat.
all of this. They're
Out of-
looking for opportunities.
Adam, Adam,
Hmm?
out of character. I feel like that's a threat, literally from you.
Not from the
James, the
DM,
very
but think about the
violent red
deity that
dragon.
hit you.
Oh yeah.
You know, just say if anything, it's just really more confusing because one day he's a man, next day he's a woman, and who knows what.
Yeah,
Not my
if it's-
concern.
James
But the gods
is
are-
too serious.
James has lost almost all patience with y'all.
Okay.
Back in the day, he would have killed us all based on what the nymph said, out of character.
Oh, back in the
Ah.
day, you'd already be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would have been a wipe because of our own
Alright.
stupidity.
Let's
just
just
fine.
say he's got well over 30 hit dice.
Adam, I put my
Ooh.
token on the field.
Okay.
You would
Look.
have had us killed, or he would have killed us himself long ago.
I'll
I'm
do my
gonna-
best not to be carefree and all, but
Part of your nature is to be what you are. I'm not saying you can't be you. What I'm saying is take the situation serious. If there is a known cleric, they are casting magic. Let them cast their magic. By involving yourself, you can cause the magic to go bad. And
now
in
you see.
But you've been traveling with people who can cast magic.
I have, yes, I haven't, but this is my first time with, were they a cleric?
But a cleric or a spellcaster either way. Cleric, wizard, bard, does not matter. If they
Also, in
cast
all honesty,
spells,
I didn't actually believe she was talking to her god, so I
That's your own
didn't think the
stupidity.
I didn't
then why
expect
did you
that to
not
happen.
simply wait and see what happened?
Mm, we had to leave, so I did what I thought was the best at that time.
And have you learned from your mistake?
Don't touch people who look like they're meditating.
Or casting magic?
Again, still don't believe it.
Yes, well, you bear the results upon your body. So whether you
Uh,
believe it or not is irrelevant. As for this situation, you did something with the intentions of helping. I have no problems with this. The fact it got some of your group dead, I do have a problem. Choose your people more carefully. In fact, I'm not going to let you choose. I'll make the arrangements.
That answers that. Thank you, sir.
Since you seem to have problems finding trustworthy and competent individuals.
Does that mean you're gonna bring that paladin I heard so much about?
No, he does not wish to be with you because of part of your actions.
Oof.
So,
Don't look shit.
I understand his
Roll the
reasoning,
dice and missed.
and so I'm not going to force him to do something that I wouldn't do myself. If I had a choice in traveling, I wouldn't travel with you either.
He was just his loss.
Not necessarily. More of you're the one who loses out based on his skills.
Oof.
Because guess what, Sheena? The one who always healed you and made sure you stayed alive when you threw yourself into the thick of battle, there's no one who can do that anymore. The
He
one
looks
who cared
around-
for you the most is now dead. Be a little bit more
You know,
conscious of yourself.
Gino just looks a little bit now like, ow, that kind of hurts.
What
As
is
for
this
you,
pain in
Lot,
my chest?
I understand you're preparing for what is to come. Know this. The thing in the mist is aware. It understands what you did. And that you have eliminated one of the things that sowed confusion, and now its foes are a little bit more united, and it's having more time to prepare. It will be stronger than it was before, because it will have had time to build its forces, build its strength. Your assignment does not change.
Oh, good.
Just as you're preparing, so is it. Although, if such roundabout jobs you don't like, and you seem to be fairly unsuited for, I can arrange for more direct jobs. After all, there's a war going on. You're covering the rear, making sure that they don't pop up from behind and ambush and terrorize the civilians, enslave them, and destroy them. I'm talking about people. Looks at Sheena. Forests, fae, creatures of all likes. All are nothing but food and slaves to these things.
The
Things
same
to
thing
be
that the Greens told me.
toyed and tormented.
The same thing the Guardians of the Green told me, that that's why they sent me out to find you.
Yes. But without you being involved, by dilly-dallying and letting more of your own people die needlessly, you weaken your forces so that those that fight them are not as strong. A mage of such power and a cleric of such power would be extremely useful and helpful. However, both are dead. And the dead stay that way. Now you must, well, I must find ways to replenish your strength so that you can achieve what you should be doing already.
We appreciate it, James.
I
Otherwise, I had
appreciate
little intention
competency.
of increasing our numbers.
Now know this. If you fail again and lose people through incompetent means again, don't come crying to me for help.
No, I imagine we will probably be done and we'll be left on our own to take our own actions and
Oh
path.
no, I'll still give you things to do. You're still useful, but they'll be a lot more menial. Right now, you're doing important work, but it seems you have problems doing important work. You lose people on the simple things, whether it's because you don't take it serious or why, I don't know.
And if I may, and I don't mean this insultingly in any way, sir, but apparently problems existed before I had joined this matter and continue to do so even after.
Oh, there were issues, but at least they were focused on their endeavors. Some are not suited for a mission and may realize that they are unsuited for it and leave. They realize that they don't fit, that they won't work. So rather than drag the group down and cause problems later on at the worst times, they remove themselves from the picture so that a competent individual may take their place. This has happened more than a few times. I have no issues with such individuals. I may offer them employment in a different manner or give them recommendations on how to do better.
We're
Those
supposed
who
to have
persist in their
84. Sorry, I'm
incompetency.
interrupting. Do we have 84 or 86 points total?
For what?
Ability
Stat
scores.
points is 84, but because of your level, you should have 87.
Okay, so that's what I thought. I was looking at it, I'm like, I shortchanged myself.
Well
I was
done,
missing
sir.
2 stat points. Sorry. It's fixed now.
Yeah.
Don't forget, every fourth level gives you one,
Yeah,
so you
I
should have
forgot
two
that. I
more.
was sitting there, I'm like, I'm at 84, I should be at 86. My
And
bad.
then take into consideration what Dwarf would do too, also. +2, -2.
Well, I already done that, I just forgotten to add the stat points.
From
Okey-doke.
James.
Let's make it one more.
So those who realize they do not work, I have no problems with. Those who persist in their incompetency and stupidity to the end that it causes problems, I have issues with.
Would you want those people removed in the future?
If they are resulting in problems, cannot help, and will not change, and will not realize that they are in fact a problem, then their use is small, and is in fact better off if they're not around. Because
I
then you end up
understand.
with a situation like this. You trusted the wrong person. He killed your teammates. Now what do you do? Kill him? Well, perhaps you shouldn't have had him with you in the first place. Then maybe one of your own would be
Understood.
alive.
I will take your words to heart.
Make no mistake, I'm here to help and work with you, but you're also here to help and work with me. It goes both ways.
Always.
Incompetency will be rewarded with nothing. Skill, achievements, I will reward greatly.
Yes.
I wish you luck, and I hope you succeed. And then he disappears. And a note so does the chair, with a single note resting where he was.
I will go and retrieve it, bring it back, and open it up.
It contains 3 names and 2 locations and dates.
Where's my teddy bear?
Where's my teddy bear?
I need to get in character, okay? I have a plushie for this.
Oh my god. I love that. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie,
God.
that's fucking awesome.
She has a plushie just for this.
No, that's
wow.
fucking dope. I'm not gonna
Give
lie.
me a moment.
Fucking awesome, Lydia. That's gonna get your player points tonight. As far as I'm concerned, you just earned the player points for me tonight. But fuck yes, you have a plushie for this. Done. You get the player points. We're done. I hear nothing else can happen tonight to get that away from her. Sorry, guys. One up that. Sorry, dude.
I admit that it's adorable, and also Lydia changed your,
Fucking awesome.
your Discord name. You're no longer Arabella.
I
Same
couldn't find
size.
my teddy bears, so I have my lucky cat instead.
Still
Aw.
a plushie.
Doesn't matter. You still have a plushie for
Still
that.
a plushie.
It's one of those. It's not that I have a meme for that. It's I have a plushie for that.
That's awesome. Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
Uh,
So on the, you also see at the bottom of the paper, Naya. It says "See back."
Flip it over.
Flip it over. You see name, race, abilities, name, race, abilities, name, race, abilities, and a little bit of info about each. The first one on the list is, and I will pull up the info and I'll be able to tell you. First one says Eden. It says name, Eden. Race, half elf. Gender, female. Skills, mage and priest. I believe I'm correct on that. Correct, Lydia?
Druid.
Druid. Because you didn't write on your character sheet. Because your base classes are what and what?
Druid and sorcerer.
Druid. Well, it can't be all bad, Sheena.
So she's gonna be like you, right?
Uh,
Minus the whole random transformation.
we don't know, honestly. There are many types of druids. I was a little different than most of those I grew up with.
Yeah.
So we will have to wait and see.
You know, it's like, and then she looks over the paper, and then
It
she
also
realizes
puts a
she
note
can't
next to their Beastmaster.
Apparently, she has a pet.
Second name on the
okay.
list. And I will pull up the character sheet for that. Second name, Bernard. Or Berard.
Berard.
Berard. Not quite
I
sure
don't know,
what the
Bernard,
pronunciation
that's
is supposed
awesome.
to be.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
I love to
Bernard.
say that. No, Berard.
Yeah.
No N.
Berard.
Fucking awesome.
Name,
Yes.
Berard.
Oh.
Race, brown bear. Gender, add a character. What was the gender? You didn't write it down.
Male.
Male.
This must be the beast.
Are we gonna have a fucking bear?
Yes.
It does not list a note about the individual after that.
So we have Beauty and the Beast.
Well then, all right.
Add a character on point.
Yes. Yes.
Accurate.
Which gets her the player points again.
The third name, Ogden.
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 It's written so pronunciation may not be
Worms.
correct. Ogden, Ogden. You're not sure which is pronounced, although next to race it says Dwarven. Gender, male.
All right.
Two-handed weapon master.
Considering Naya doesn't speak Dwarven, she probably would have mispronounced it.
And then parentheses, warrior.
Ogdine.
Ogdine. There's no E,
Ugden?
but
Ogden.
Ugden?
Ogden.
Maybe?
Og- Gina's just
I'll
trying
have
to.
to ask him.
Gina's just trying to her best even pronounce it like. Is it Ogden?
It's not Elven.
Ogden.
Hmm.
Now, I want you guys to understand that this part, I couldn't find. I put the character picture in pics. I couldn't find a dwarf with a big enough hammer. I
fine.
could not find a picture of the dwarf that I wanted with a big enough hammer.
that's
That
fair.
is as close a representation as I can get. It's also not like a spiked hammer like that. It's a maul, double hand. Like think Mjolnir, but
Bigger.
bigger.
Well, you haven't seen the other character for the NPC pick.
So
I played the other
basically,
game.
the
Take
Mjolnir that
sledgehammer
was
and make it
supposed to
bigger.
be. So basically, the Mjolnir that was supposed to be. 'cause
No,
it
no,
was
no,
making
no.
it short.
Literally, take a sledgehammer and
And make it
quadruple
bigger.
its mass.
Hang on, I got a picture of a character who has the hammer you're looking for, but the character is a girl. But
Yeah,
similar
show me.
to is in general right there.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the original Mjolnir. It was supposed to be longer.
Yeah, pretty much, Shig. Yeah, that's the hammer. Yeah.
Instead of female dwarf, it's male dwarf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the hammer, Shig. The 100 fucking %. That's the hammer.
That'd be a large, if not huge size version.
But that's the
Well,
design of the
Maul
hammer.
is borderline large anyway,
Yes.
based on its own
It's a
description.
30-pound fucking hammer.
Yeah, based on its own description, it's borderline large anyway.
It's a big fucking
Well,
hammer.
it's large because it's two-handed, but large.
Oh, so you
for a
have
large-sized
the,
creature to make it a huge size hammer.
Isn't there that one thing where you can wield bigger things?
Monkey
No, I
grip,
don't have that.
he didn't take that, and it's not that
There's,
size
like,
category bigger.
Three different ways of doing that, but
Yeah.
yes.
And then you'll notice the names and descriptions are grouped separately. And there's a location and a date next to each one.
Huh.
The dates are set in the future.
Always
Locations are ones you're familiar with.
good. Also good.
The first location is actually the town you're in,
As I say to Naya.
Please.
and it will be in 2 weeks.
Convenience.
The second location is in a second location you're familiar with, Stadt des Nebels, which you know the translation is Town of Mist.
The mining town where we are and where we're going to be. It looks like.
Yes. Although the part that concerns you a little bit is the fact that unlike the port town, this one lists an exact location. And it says Jailhouse 2.
Ah.
Huh. I always thought they just took people's equipment and threw them into the mist. Oh, must have kept this person for a reason. I guess it works out for us.
So we're gonna be getting a criminal.
Crimin- You know, still confused. Criminal? What's a criminal?
Someone who does bad things and gets punished for it by being put in a cell.
Wait, who's the
Sylvan
criminal?
Lawbreaker.
Your character
It
got
better-
stuck in there, but it's actually not because he committed a crime.
You say, I'm not a criminal, I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
I made sure of that.
No. The reason you're in there is actually just temporary holding. Because you got in a fight because guys were picking on someone, you got
Oh.
involved, they started swinging, and then you kind of broke somebody's face.
So it's for their protection, not for being bad.
Oh,
Got it.
no, they're in Jailhouse 1.
You're not locked in- you're
It's
not
one of
locked
those-
in-
The guards came in, arrested everybody involved. Now they're doing the questioning, finding out, oh, you did this because of this, they did that because of that, witnesses say this.
You're both
They
are
just,
inside out.
first reaction, there's a fight. All right, break it up and arrest everybody involved. Investigate, all right, this guy's not a problem. Turn him loose. These guys are. Keep them.
You're not. I'm not locked in here with you. You're
I
locked in
am
here with
not a
me.
Right. I am the one who not.
Yeah, that's one of those, you were involved, you got arrested. They will be turning you loose.
Did I use my hammer?
You didn't have to. It's one of those, they're not worthy of the hammer. You just punched him in the face.
But on the piece of paper, there's no given reason why he's in this.
Nope, you
jailhouse.
don't know.
Okay,
This
this
could be a
fucker's a criminal.
problem. We have to meet the two here, and then we have to travel, and that's 2 weeks on foot. And then we have our equipment, which takes a month. We're looking at about a month and a half.
Well,
Get
it's
out
2 weeks
there,
from
hopefully.
now that those individuals will be arriving at the port town, it seems like. And then 2 weeks from that is when you will find him at the town.
I know, but now I was thinking, shuttle Zahid, Sheena, and Jay back to the mining town one day, carrying the bear and Eden on top of that. No, we have to walk. Let's see, walking. We gotta go around the coast, not through the Young Thai area. Well, that's 2 week walking process. Well, week and a half because we're not going as slow with the wagon. Ideally, should be faster
Do we have a
on
new
foot.
wagon?
That's gonna take
Oh, yeah.
get our items made. So
he wasn't
honestly,
here for that. We don't have the wagon anymore.
honestly,
Okay.
we'll all walk there and then Niall fly back to go pick up everybody's stuff and then fly back with the stuff, and that'll do it.
So we don't have a wagon anymore. No wagon.
No.
No wagon.
Rumple burned that too.
Okay, you should have been. You should have been killed for that.
So
Arabelle
Rumple killed
thought
the
about it.
horses and burned. Yeah.
2 weeks, individual meets up. We all then spend about a week and a half to 2 weeks traveling on foot the long way to the mining town to meet the other individual. I'll fly back, get all of our stuff, They'll be finished being made, and then I'll fly back in nearby. It should take me like 2 days, and then we'll be good to go.
Oh my god.
All right.
In the meantime, we got 2 weeks. Takes the piece of paper, puts it up against the Heat's chest. If you excuse me, I'm gonna go swim and go meet a turtle, and then I'm gonna go meet some spiders in the swamp. Then I'm gonna go grab a kitty by the whiskers and say hello to him and a nymph. I'm just gonna have a
Oh,
fun time. So
oh,
bye.
that's
You're
what
gonna
you
go.
meant. I was so worried. He's like, "You're gonna actually pick up a cat by the whiskers?" No. I was like, "Oh wait, that guy."
And then I turn into water naga, and I take off into the water with my wings and super slick appearance, and off I go. Splash.
I look at Sheena for a moment. I look at the paper. So what do you want to do?
Now I've got
She does-
research.
She just shrug.
I mean, have you had alcohol before?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to get some alcohol?
She thinks her, but no.
All right then. I'm
Remembers
gonna get
last
some-
time.
Yeah, she was like thinking, no.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to a bar. You can come if you want. I don't know what's happening. Where the fuck are we again?
We're in a mine.
You're
You're
at
at
Port
the
Town.
large half-elf merfolk port town, which loves you that we said goodbye to Lily and Karu at when we had the big festival. And so there is a lot to do and a lot of bars and stuff. And this is the one where Sheena like pissed on the floor when she had drink contest against
Is
Jay.
this the one where I went? Where I was like, I worked as a street dancer for a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
You know, Tina goes over to one of the random buildings, sniffs it, makes a cringy noise, and then just pisses on it.
No one,
She
no
just-
one can keep Sheena in check anymore. She can do what she wants.
Yeah, she just looks over and sees like, what? Marking territory.
No, yeah, fucking Zahid's gone. All right.
Swim.
So I know what I'm gonna be doing.
Yep.
First
Well,
first I
I'm
gotta
gonna
see how much
just
money I
fast
have.
forward the 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm
We-
assuming
in-
Naya
in
is
those-
back by then.
Those 2 weeks, can I just dance again as a street performer? And just roll.
You can.
All right.
Let me roll some percentiles.
I am going to
Because
roll.
I remember the last time you did this here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm female this time, so
You were
Hey.
female last time.
I was. A.
Yeah, Sheena's just gonna be standing by the main entrance, almost like a guard animal.
Business. You may.
How many times how many times should I roll?
Twice.
All right. I'm not. I trust the system, so I'm gonna roll this myself.
You don't trust the system after my game, do you?
No, I don't. You know,
Oh, crap. I have to roll again.
I almost got natural 20s. Shit.
Well, good thing I'm rolling high on percentiles, otherwise you might have had problems.
Good thing we're not in the mining town. Some guy would have taken you back home.
Oh yeah, if it was a mine town, I wouldn't have had to roll. You would have had problems.
I would have been what?
If you hit a certain DC, you draw attention of things.
Yeah.
And the higher you hit, the more things you draw attention of.
Okay.
I
So
went in as a
hitting
winged elf and I
30s
drew
and
attention.
above draws shit from extra planes, potentially.
When I
What?
dance.
Thank God that's barred.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
You
dancing. I'm
draw
not a
attention
bard.
from distant potential patrons, or even extraplanar beings.
I don't like that.
Well, too bad.
Listed in the book.
It says it in the book.
Shit. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Weird, but okay.
In addition, if you hit a DC 20, might be invited to join a professional troupe, may develop a national reputation. DC 25, you draw the
I'd
attention
already
of noble
done that.
patrons and may develop a national reputation. No, and develop a national rep. You have an established reputation in this town, and some of the sailors are now knowing about you, and word's going to start spreading.
This is gonna be so weird if I ever turn back into a male and try doing this again. This person looks exactly like that other person.
You
said
must
that
be
you
so
had
and
a
so's
twin.
brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I acted as a brother and sister thing.
So
Oh,
it wouldn't be
yeah.
that weird.
It wouldn't.
It
At least
wouldn't.
one person knows
Uh,
that there's a brother and sister thing going on here.
but there's
They're prob-
potential of drawing problems.
I don't want problems though.
Too bad.
Sometimes
Uh,
problem will come looking for you.
this is
Sometimes.
your fault.
Probably getting a 19.
You're gonna get a total of 8 gold
I
for the
know a
first
lot.
week,
Oh,
and another 8 gold for the second week.
so 16. Hey, I'm back to 140.
Yep. Now, fast forwarding, because I've already got Michael's list.
I should have gotten health by that time. I'm gonna increase my health.
Who keeps
There we go. That's how I'm dividing up my 2 weeks, Adam.
All right. Yeah, kitty
And I
cat.
can spend 24 hours in water. I have the forms for it.
His like kitty cat quote.
More with the nymph really, but just make sure he's keeping up his end of the bargain.
Yeah.
If not, he's going to be a dead kitty cat, and I need to roll Nish.
Oh no, he's bound by contract, so he's okay with it.
He hasn't hurt you. He's been nice to you, right? He hasn't done bad things in the forest. Okay, good. So how have you been? What do you want to do and talk about? Girl time. Fae time.
But fast forwarding through that, Eden and Berard arrive at this town. You've been traveling through the forest for a while, wanting to go to a different place, try out different things. You'd heard about this town that, as far as on the western side, if you want a town that's lively, got a whole lot of different influences going on, and you can see a bunch of different things, this is one of the towns to go to.
Hmm.
Then you've been hearing rumors about this marvelous street performer who comes by now and again. Um, you've heard tales about her. Um, well endowed woman, loves to dance. Her outfit varies from mostly clothes to very risque.
Uh-huh.
Highly skilled at dancing, performs a variety of dances.
Lots of
Um,
swords.
some people wonder if that's normally performed in public.
No, probably not.
Honestly, the only thing that comes into mind is a scene from the Journey to the West.
Mm,
Literacy? Anyone? Anyone? All
I've
right then.
I've read it a little bit, but not fully.
All right then. I'll go into my nerd corner.
With
You
Journey
do
to the
that.
West, the only adaptation I've seen of it is the famous Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball adaptation.
There have been numerous adaptations of Journey to the West. However, most of the ones I've seen are just the random ones, not anything actually correct.
But yeah,
So the
but
original,
yeah,
I don't know,
if she just sees the
because every
bear,
adaptation they change the names.
she just kind of lifts out a small grab, but then she's like, "Wait, elf, like a half elf
Well, here's the
bear."
thing: when they arrive in town, you don't necessarily notice them because
Yeah.
you don't know what they look like. The people you've been told to meet, you don't have a clue as to what they look like.
Got
You have a
names.
name, a race, a gender, but there have been
And
a
a bear.
lot of people that come and go from this town. It's a port
The
town and a trade town.
But in
So
truth,
half elves,
how
elves
many
coming
half
and
elves
going
do you see
all
with a
the
bear though?
time. You
I
see
was-
halflings coming through,
Druids.
occasional humans. You do see a bunch of druids. So seeing an animal show up on its own or with another person, not unusual. Um, you also see that sometimes people will just randomly appear in town that came out of the water.
Naya.
Yeah.
I mean, Naya's one example, but there are others.
Yes.
So it's a trade town, so there's a lot of coming and going. You also know that there's two levels of town. There's the one above water and the one underwater. Although you yourself
Right, right.
don't really have much experience with the underwater one because you don't breathe underwater.
All
Naya's
right,
taking her
Barad.
swimming though.
Taking her swimming, but it's one of those can't breathe underwater, so can't converse.
All right, Barad. Okay. So, from my understanding, is that there's a couple of dance shows that we'll be able to see. Next, I want to check out to see what everybody's like talking about with alcohol and shit. I mean, I've had some, but like I don't care. What else? What else?
There is the one other thing that Eden and Berard were told about for this place, that there was a powerful druid skilled in shifting forms and known to take many of them, many of which are extremely unusual. And that the word you'd received through one source or another was that such an individual was needing help in recruiting people to combat some dark forces that keep appearing in various realms, and that they're investigating and searching out and defeating such ones. In fact, that there was a problem recently in the swamp near here the that some entity had arrived, taken up residence, and had run out the locals. In fact, killed a great many. And that this druid, with some help from some others, was responsible for defeating them and bringing it back into balance. And that such an individual is actively recruiting to fight such dark entities and forces that seek to pervert and pollute the surrounding world.
And then next, we're gonna go and try to find this mysterious druid lady person. Thing? No. Druid.
Pretty sure it's druid and female. Although, what race, you have absolutely no idea.
We're going to meet this shapeshifter, and it's gonna be awesome.
Roar.
Pretty much.
Well, Berard is smart enough to respond.
And they can talk in their own language as if it was common. So she can hold a full conversation with a bear that has the intelligence of a human, just not the understanding.
Yes.
So she's like Han Solo speaking to Chewbacca, essentially.
Well,
Except other people also understood Wookiee in that.
I was
But
about to
yes.
say, they have the wisdom to understand.
Oh yeah.
Well,
The critters got the intelligence and wisdom of Sheena, if not better.
almost definitely.
Most likely. Because because he got magically tampered with. She has no magic tampering.
Yeah, so I'm curious about the bear stats. But yeah.
The bear stats are confusing.
That's not the part I'm looking at.
Be right back quickly.
So the bear does have better intelligence and wisdom than Sheena.
That's just funny.
That's
Not
awesome.
on the charisma though. Sheena has better charisma.
Well, yeah. Human versus animal. If anything, this would actually be a very interesting character to play as.
Yeah.
Hello.
Fun fact: the dwarf is smarter than the bear.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, now maybe if we find the dancer, that might be able to help us. I think. I'm not sure.
Well, you two are wandering, talking about this and looking at town, and the town lives up to its reputation from what you've been told.
It's
There is quite a
shiny.
variety of people here, and you see that the town is built and it extends into the water. And you see, when you look in the water, people moving and bustling about, just like it was above the surface, except it's underwater. Some are swimming, some are walking. You see more than a few that just walk out of the water and walk into another store. Or vice versa. And so you're looking around, seeing all this, when you suddenly hear a voice from beside you that isn't Berard. And then Berard's like, huh? As you hear a voice going, oh, so you're new in town, eh? And you look over and there's a halfling sitting on Berard. How he got there, you don't know. And Berard's like, how did you get there? Why are you on top of me?
She does have a salad on Berard.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. It's just like,
She has a salad on Berard. You mean a
Yeah.
saddle?
Yes, I have a saddle.
I thought she
No
said
doubt.
saddle.
She said salad.
Oh.
Well,
That's
bears
why I had to
are
stop and go, wait, she's got a what? I think she means
bears
saddle.
are omnivores, so it wouldn't be uncommon.
Yeah. The halfling's like, so, looking for the exotic dancer, a shapeshifting druid.
Uh,
How about I make it
I'm
easy for you?
okay. I'm supposed. I want to meet the druid. Um, they seem really cool. Um, but yeah,
Oh,
mostly
she's
for
an
druid.
interesting one, all right.
Where is she?
Uh, but it'd be against my principle to tell you for free. As he holds out a hand,
Uh,
I'll take two.
S, L, or G? I meant C.
He just looks at you and he's like, really? You think I'd stoop so low as for copper?
I don't know. I don't know your personality.
2 gold or I'll make.
All right.
You're not used to dealing with
I am
halflings,
back.
are you?
Uh, I'm used to dealing with like my circle, and that's it.
Oh, honey, you must not get out much.
No, this is actually the furthest I've been in a while.
Oh, don't worry. Hang out with that druid long enough, you'll get fixed.
What? Okay. Here's the 2 gold.
Excellent. And then puts it away deftly, and then does a flip off Berard, patting him on the head as he goes. He's like, all right, follow me.
And we follow the strange halfling child thing.
Oh, it's a halfling, not a child.
Follow the strange halfling.
As you follow him, he just leads you almost. It's a shifting path, but he doesn't seem to have any problem knowing where he's going. And as he rounds a corner and walks over to a store, the door opens. Naya steps out, having just finished part of her shopping, and goes, yo, Naya, found some people for you.
Oh, thank you kindly. As Nai's in a CL form with appropriate clothing of the area.
Huh? Oh,
And then he
you
just
must
tips
be
his
the
hat
druid.
to Eden and Baran. Is like, and my job is done. Enjoy, ladies. As he takes a step back and just falls back into the water, it transforms into a fish, and he's gone.
Bye. I have no idea who that is. What do you mean by have fun? Were you going to show me something nice?
Uh, I'm Eden. That's Berard. I heard that you guys were recruiting. She'll
Walk
start
over,
shifting.
ignore Eden, start rubbing Berard's head.
The bear has my
She would-
attention.
Aw.
She would, and
Hmm?
hi, that's my bear.
And he's a beautiful bear. I love his coat, sharp teeth. You
She
take very good
responds
care of him.
in Druidic. Yeah, I actually bought a ring of sustenance. That way, so he gets all the food.
Oh, she does take great care of you. Pets him, walks back over. Pleasure to meet you, Eden. Been
Nice to
waiting
meet
for
you
you.
too. Really?
Yes, an individual that we work for said that you and your companion would be along. I was looking forward to meeting both of you.
It's nice to meet you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm
Mm,
so
a
I
little
have
young. You kind of remind me of another individual I traveled with for a little while.
uh, well, yeah, kind of comes with the territory of being a half elf. Not you don't outlive. I mean, you outlive some, but you don't outlive the other.
You poor
Whatever.
thing.
Wait, don't look down at me. I'm still as much as a me as I can be.
Oh.
I think we're about the same height, so there's no looking down.
Well,
Naya
if
just takes her hand, puts it above her head. She's maybe about an inch taller than you right now.
I meant metaphorically.
Oh, I'm fully aware. I was just curious height wise too. You have a decent body shape too.
uh, right. You're one of the, you're like a shape changer, right?
Well, I am a druid and I can, yes.
Well, I mean, like other things too. Like, I heard stories that you were able to like transform into Naga and shit like that. It was so cool.
It's
I didn't
not.
realize we would end up with like this kind of fan reaction.
I never heard it referred to in such a colorful way. But yes, I am capable of turning into many different types of individuals and creatures, including elves.
Would you mind like actually showing me some of their abilities? I'm really curious about the other cultures and all that fun jazz.
Oh boy, it's Ash in Grove form.
Sure, we have plenty of
Yeah.
time. We'll be traveling for 2 weeks to our other location to pick up an individual from a cell.
Oh, I I also heard that there was a dancer here or something. What is he with you? They with you?
Depends on which one. There's several girls who do so, but if it's a rather flamboyant one that loves to show herself off, then yes, he is with us.
He?
Long story. Zahid can explain it to you.
Would it be Zashi instead?
No, it's Zahid.
All
I
right,
think it goes by a different name while transformed, but yes.
all right. It's
Um,
nice to meet you.
you're a very cute little thing. I look forward to getting to know both of you quite well. Since you come recommended from James, I'm sure there won't be any issues and it won't have to be dealt with in unpleasant ways. Welcome aboard, as they will say.
Hmm.
Let's see if we can find Sheena. She tends to hang around the wharf and pick fish out of people's buckets when they're not looking.
Oh, like a
Not that
weasel?
hard for you to track down the rest of the party.
Yeah, I'll find the other ones and introduce Eden and go through the conversation. And
Like a weasel, like, no. Like a cat, no.
Zahid, you find at a bar chatting with some of the other local dancers.
Or like listing up all animals, like, Sheena is Sheena, you'll see.
What what is currently Naya's form? If I've seen the form before,
Sea elf.
CL, have I seen that form before? I don't think I have.
Naya spent quite a bit of time in the port town, especially when she's going down below to talk to people. So in and out of this form in a regular kind of elf form. So
Okay,
she
that I
tries to keep
have.
consistently for the people she interacts with, especially party.
All right. So yeah, just drinking and talking, letting people buy me beer.
Zahid,
Uh, Naya,
who else would it be?
true. You have too many forms.
Be back 1 second.
Well, it seems an individual came a calling for us that we had been expecting, along with its traveling companion of rather large size. Sheena's outside with the bear currently. I had to pull her away from a fisherman.
So the half elf and the bear came.
Congratulations, you guessed correctly. So that means it's time for us to travel, so we can catch up and meet the time frame, as we don't want our associate to be left behind for too long and miss the
Okay, I'm
opportunity
back.
that James
Welcome
has
back.
arranged for us.
All right. So I thought I'd have more days to dance. It went so fast.
It's been 2 weeks. You've had a fair share. Me in the swamp, me in the water, me, the nymph and cat. All good times. You with the bar and the ladies and the men. Sheena with. I know
Sheena's
she went to
business.
Elf Town for a while, and then she ran around the forest, and then
I'm
something about
decently
on the
sure she
coast.
probably peed on a lot of things.
She was busy, I was told.
All right.
So it's time for us to go. I'll come back and acquire everything that we've purchased recently.
Hmm,
I'll let Sheena know that again so she doesn't try to snatch it out of the crafter's hand while he's still working on it.
good idea.
So, Eden, I hope you didn't plan on staying for too long, and I hope this doesn't seem too rushed to you. But we do have another individual to meet, and you seem to want to travel with us, and we'll have 2 weeks to discuss matters.
Okay.
I walk up to
Eager little
Eden.
thing.
I'm Zahid. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, person.
Yes.
This used to be a guy. He got cursed by a god by interrupting a cleric spellcasting. Now occasionally turns into female form and gets stuck in it.
Adam. Have I been in female form this whole entire time?
Yes,
All
I
right.
rolled for it.
Lovely.
Nothing's happened that would cause it to change.
Lovely. All right then. Yes, I am female until further notice.
Until further notice.
I don't know what I change sometimes. I know before all this I was a male again, but that was brought by Naya, and I was female again.
Although that
It's
doesn't seem
all
to
confusing.
affect your choice of partners.
No, not really.
Very quickly.
I just feel important to inform Eden of what you are, in fact, on the inside, in case she wishes to take ladylike activities and isn't aware of what you are. Some people have offense to that culture.
Oh. Um. Yeah. If something along those lines wind up happening, and if I do wind up in a said relationship, I'm probably going to kill them.
Well, I was just thinking about you changing your clothes around him and her and not being aware that it's a man. Some people take offense in a society standpoint.
Oh yeah. No. I don't care.
Okay. Congratulations, Zahid. You will have a lot to talk with her also.
Sure.
After all, Berard watches me get dressed and everything all the time.
Burr just nods.
I go to pet the bear. Did the bear just hiss at me?
No, that's Lydia.
That's
Yeah.
me. No
Burr
Well,
doesn't seem to have a problem.
if we're
Mm.
good, I'll say my farewells to the shopkeepers and we'll get on our move. After all, it's a long walk. Although we don't have the wagon, travel may actually be quicker without it.
All right then.
I also, I also give the bear a biscuit.
The bear would eat.
Yeah,
Zahid, you're pretty light on your feet, aren't you?
decently.
Out of character movement speed 40
40.
plus.
40.
Okay.
40, Bear has 40, Sheena has 40, Naya has 40 plus. So ideally, yeah, we can move at quite a bit faster than the wagon then. So we can do that week and a half then probably.
All right, then.
Yay.
Now we have to go meet the criminal dwarf.
We don't know if he's criminal. He's just in a holding cell. Although we'll probably wait till morning as it is later in the afternoon. There's no reason to start out at night. Not everybody can see, and we don't want to attract unwanted attention. Last time we got attacked by a sea creature, we got attacked by snake people. Well, the list goes on, but we'll wait till morning.
Wait, you were attacked by a Yuntai?
Yes, we chose to go around their territory, thus the 2 week instead of 1 week.
What were they like?
Oh god.
Interesting.
Fangirl.
I'm currently doing research bookwise on them to see if I can develop an equivalent appearance.
They taste weird too.
You ate one?
She eats
A
anything.
bit.
She took a bite.
All right. Each their own.
Well, good night, all. I still have some work to do under the water and meditate, and I will meet you in the morning.
Same to you. I will give the best rest I can.
And then
4
come morning and the
hours
next day,
of
y'all will
suffocating.
set off. And this time you'll actually make it there without issues.
Hey.
So we take the semicircle along the coast and stay out of Young Tide territory not to draw attention.
Hina will be making grunting
You're outside
noises
their
too.
territory, they do not care.
What,
Apparently,
no
Hina
giant
will,
werewolf?
Hina will be making grunting noises to the bear, just like it's trying to talk to him.
The bear would look occasionally at Eden and is like, what is this idiot trying to say?
I have no idea. I'm very confused.
Sheena, do you wish to conversate with it?
He nods.
I will turn into a dire bear and I conversation with the bear as an intermediate for Sheena.
So how long have you been traveling with this one?
For the sake of time, I will fast forward through y'all's roleplay
That's
shit.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah. We got plenty more time while we're in the mist to continue this further.
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay.
You say the mist, I automatically think of the Mist movie.
Weird creatures popping out trying to eat people. Fair
Normal.
reference.
Believe it or not, I've actually never seen the movie.
Okay, we get to the town. Now what?
You get to there, you're a little early, but not too much trouble. Although Clarice does end up finding y'all and fusses at Naya for just up and disappearing the moment things were done. She does offer her condolences for the fact of one of your people got dead.
Well, we agreed that we'd be out of your hair and that we'd be in the mist doing our job. Although we actually had to go back and have that one buried, and we're actually coming to pick up another individual in a holding cell on number 2, and then we'll be heading to the mist probably in the morning to actually do what we came here for. We just don't want to cause you any undue discomfort.
Only discomfort was the fact I got a visitor that appeared who dropped a bag of money on the table and said, "Get me all the intel on you and
That
yours."
would be James, our employer. Yes. Apparently,
Yeah.
losing the cleric caused a fuss.
Yeah, I'm aware of who and what he is. The fact that he was directly involved is something I did not know.
My apologies for the discomfort. As Naya would be in her winged elf showgirl form, basically.
I also didn't realize the fact he was active again.
For some time, I've been working for him, and yes,
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
I'm told it's for the betterment of all, so I would take it as good
Well,
and probably not delve too far.
not my territory, not my problem. And I'm retired anyway, so I don't deal with him anymore.
Excellent.
So, if you're looking for Jailhouse 2, it's that way, and she gives you directions. Bye, have fun, don't get locked up.
Thank you kindly. I will give her a hug, and then I will turn and walk off as I've got
You give
not
her
my
a
smoky
hug,
wings
she gives you
on
a
or my
kiss,
smoky aura on.
and then leaves.
I'll just head off with my winged form and my fancy white dress and everything. Although my outfit and my skin looks slightly more shiny than normal, as it has like an oil sheen to it. Yay, new
She's
magic.
You still attract a lot of attention, and there are still people who look and say stuff, but nowhere near the number it used to be. And there's more than a few that think or think of doing something, and then you notice they get a tap on the shoulder and get told to. Uh, and then some kind of something is shown. The individuals occasionally pale and get told to not get involved. It's not healthy.
Nice having the guilds back us up. At least they're doing their part, so agreement's an agreement. We'll try to be quick. And off we go. And she said it was over here. Probably this big, large building that's reinforced.
In
believe.
fact, it is.
Uh,
And you can tell by the construction. Well, actually, Naya might not be entirely familiar, but you can probably guess. Probably dwarven make, considering the reinforcements, the thick, heavy walls, and the fact it looks like it's sunk into the ground.
Definitely some magic at work. If not, definitely could use some.
It was
Oh well,
either
shall we?
magically sunk into the ground or built into the ground.
Well, let us proceed in. And as Nia slips through the doorway, I'll slip into my Nexie sister form with appropriate black outfit and tiny little horns and walk on down.
She's a demon.
Follows, looks around, smells around.
It's
Eden,
definitely dwarven design. The ceiling height is only about 6.5 foot instead of the normal 8 foot,
I'm pretty sure.
which all of you are fine on. Although if the bear stood up, you might have a problem.
Eden
Gerard, stand.
may want to wait outside.
Why?
As you can tell, that
I,
there's a few dwarves in there and a few armed humans, and several of them are actively looking at the bear.
no reason. And just keeps going.
Eden will say like, Gerard, sit and stay.
Walk over to one of the dwarves. Excuse me, I'm looking for. Yes, the bear. I'm looking for the holding cell 2. as I hold up 2 fingers to his face.
Eden is following out of
Okay,
curiosity.
lass. Holding cell 2 is empty. As for your group, I would have to ask what your purpose is here. If you're
We're
trying to
here.
turn the bear in, sorry, animal control's a different building.
No, we're looking for an
Hey!
individual. We just weren't sure if he was going to be in here sooner rather than later. We'll come back for him in a couple of days then.
Well, if I knew who you was looking for, I might be able to tell you.
Just puts a finger on his lips, but that would ruin the surprise, sweetie. And turn and leave. Okay, let's go. He's not here yet. We got time to kill.
Okay. So can you tell me about the
Dwarf
winged
looks at the other
elves?
human and he's just like, don't look at me, I don't have a fucking clue.
Variant elves, lighter, smaller form, uh, very rare, quite beautiful even by elfin standards, uh, quite arrogant by even elven standards.
Well, yeah, they can be.
Y'all spend a
They're
few
not all bad.
days till the appropriate day,
Yes, it
Yep.
helps when you can actually physically look down on people.
and
Yeah.
you go back to said place.
We do.
You do not see that same dwarf there. Although, same as when you come in, people look up, see bear. More than a few are obviously concerned about bear and armed people coming in. Considering what the place is, reasonable concerns.
Hi,
Reasonable concerns.
we were here earlier. I'm here looking for a friend in cell 2. If you have a problem, the bear is trained and no more dangerous than the lot of you. Looks back at the bear, maybe more dangerous than the lot of you.
Lass, there's
Guard.
more than a few dangerous people in this building.
Question:
As for
Is the building like open? Can I hear the guards and shit out and
oh
out and
no,
about?
it's not.
Okay.
Oh, we
Oh
got a
no,
dungeon for you.
this is
So they can't like if I hollered right now, they wouldn't.
you can't hear shit.
Okay.
Damn.
You're about I don't know 8 feet below them.
Oh, okay. So no, if I bellered right now, they're not gonna hear me.
Nobody
Got it.
hears
That's all
shit.
I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know.
So, holding cell 2. There's multiple individuals in that one. Which one are you looking for?
Ogden. It's a dwarf male OGDIN. I assume it's dwarven.
Check some papers.
Yeah,
There we
Ogden.
go. Ogden Stonehammer. Actually,
Thank you,
out of
Zahid.
character, making sure I'm saying that
Stonefoot.
correctly.
Stonefoot.
Stonefoot. Ogden Stonefoot, male dwarf, age, and starts rattling off some info, including height, weight.
I
Yes,
can fill
got
that
put
in. 100 years old, 4'8", 230 pounds. He's a big guy.
He's a
arrested
dwarf.
for a bar fight. Although current investigations are resulting in the fact he didn't start it, he was defending and helping some people out. Scheduled to be released in the morning.
Does that work for you, Zahid? Not a criminal.
Hmm.
Now,
Well,
since he
I'll
is scheduled
believe it
for
when I
release,
see
you
it.
can either come back in the morning or
mm,
you can post his bail and take him now.
what's his bail?
10 gold.
I'd like to meet the individual first. If he's not what we're looking for, then we will not be posting bail. And we will simply wait till the morning.
I don't
I'm
care.
waiting.
Up to you. Although I will have to say this, all weapons and magical items are going to have to stay here. Don't want nobody starting a jailbreak.
Don't have any weapons, and my magic items I am wearing. If you have to take my belt, my necklace, and my horns, then that's a no.
Then, my dear, you are not going down.
Fine, I'll stay up here. Bring him up to me.
Yeah, based on that one, you want him up here? That's going to take about four guys.
Wait,
He's
is he
nice,
that
he's
heavy?
polite, but I also saw what he did to that guy's face.
I could meet him.
Sheena could go. Sheena can go too. Sheena says out loud.
Oh,
The guy's
sweetie,
lucky to be alive considering how hard he got hit and how hard his face got caved in.
here
Of course,
is
I'll be perfectly honest. If I'd been there, I'd probably hit the guy harder.
Og didn't sound cool, and Sheena
Of
go meet
course,
him.
Sheena's gonna like him.
10 gold. Bring him up to me.
Okay,
Go now.
Dwarf goes and gets one human, a dwarf, and, of all things, a half-orc, which you haven't seen in the area.
I asked for a dwarf. You can put the half orc back.
No. Those are the guys that go get the dwarf.
That marks so chill.
We're basically posting his bail, and you have to take that many people to lay him out.
They did
He
say
must be-
there were multiple people in that cell also.
Og didn't sound strong.
So they go. So, changing scenes real quick. Four guys go down into the cell block. Stop over at cell block 2, or excuse me, holding cell 2. And for those in the cell, you realize it's the sergeant at arms, the
You come to
lieutenant.
bring me my tankard.
There's the sergeant at arms, a lieutenant, and two guys that, well, Augie remembers the half orc is the one that actually put him in a pretzel.
Look, laddie, I just want my tankard. I'm a wee bit thirsty.
Ogden.
Look, I don't need my hammer. Just give me my tankard. Good lord, laddie.
Someone's here to meet you. As they hold up a set of
Are you
chains.
gonna give me my tankard or what? You don't want to put me in the chains again, laddie. Come on.
I mean, we
Not
can stick
even
you in
to
a
hit
barrel
you.
if you'll come quietly. Come quietly and
don't
peacefully.
want-
The chains are just for show. Just to make sure you don't do anything stupid.
Why
Like that
would
one
I
over
hit
there. Is he points in
you?
holding cell 1 where the guy's got a broke arm and is just like, you put me in those chains, I'll just take out of him and strangle you with them.
Can I hit him again?
Actually, that's a different guy. You haven't met him, but you probably wanted to hit him a few times already. There's a
You're
reason
gonna
he's
make
in
me
that
wear
cell
the
alone.
chains,
He almost
aren't
killed the
you?
other
Yeah.
guy.
If I ain't locked me in the damn chains, it's not gonna change nothing. I'm not looking to hurt ye.
I get that. They get that. But rules are rules.
He puts his hands out.
And they will shackle you and manacle you up. They will lead you upstairs
You
where
want
you
the
see...
manacles? I'm not gonna make a run for it.
Rules are rules.
Aye. Can I at least have my tankard when we get where we're going? I'm thirsty, lad.
Perhaps.
About
That depends
half.
on the ones who are thinking about posting your bail, what they decide.
Posting my bail's a grand idea. I like that a lot.
Well, then be on your behavior and maybe they'll
I'm
post
always
bail.
on my best behavior until bungers like that act up. You
Yeah.
know I hit him. You know I hit him good.
I don't blame you for hitting him. It's hitting the other three guys that would be
Well,
the
what
problem.
was I supposed to do? Just hit the one and let them attack me? Oh,
No, the smart move would have been for them to not even continue the fight, but...
well,
when
just tell
they're
them
dumb, they're
that,
dumb.
laddie.
Oh.
Tell them that.
They're already learning.
All right, let's go. Lead the way. Lead the way. Come on.
This is as they're leading you up the stairs. Y'all are hearing part of this conversation. As you get upstairs, it's the normal office and front lobby you remember. Although when you were brought in here, you were roped and tied up and being carried over the half-orc's shoulder at the time.
Oh, the office is much nicer when you're not being dragged by Jan Brun and Lassie over.
The half-orc looks at you and says, "You're light for a dwarf."
Light my backside. My ex-wife said I was a heavy bastard.
That must mean she's underweight.
Whatever. Where's my tankard, lad?
With the rest of your stuff. Now then, these are the people
He
who
gives
would
just this
want to see-
exasperated look of, God, you guys suck.
These
is
are the
unacceptable.
individuals that are looking for you. As He shows you into the lobby,
Unless I'm
and
mistaken, I don't remember.
you
Did I
see
overdrink one night
human,
and
a questionable human, as in referring to Sheena. Excuse me.
he looks back at the orc and goes, "Was I drunker than I remember? I don't remember people at all.
Because
Was
considering it's
I
four
don't remember.
females and a bear,
I think
Hey
was I
there.
drunker than I remember when I hit that fool?
This is unacceptable. I believe you were paid 10 gold, which results in his release. So he needs his personal effects and take the manacles off, or I will.
Sheena
I
will
like
do it.
this one. I
Sheena
like
will
this
take a
one.
mana. Sheena's gonna go over to the middle and
as
just
you're saying that, someone's already coming up with a crate. Another dwarf sets the crate down. From the noise, and you look in the open crate, it's actually all his stuff. And the dwarf you were talking
Thank
to
you.
says, I do understand what you were saying. I still have rules I have to abide by. You, as he holds up a piece of paper, you have to sign for him. Once you do, manacles come off, he gets his stuff.
One moment. Walks over to the dwarf, looks him over, walking around him.
Look, Lassie,
So,
I don't mind the inspection, but I'm not a piece of meat. Although you're a fine one yourself, I don't mind being looked
Hey!
at.
Sheena's also walks up. Sheena also walks up to Ogden and starts smelling him.
so
Almost-
you're Ogden.
Then suddenly like almost lets out a burp like smells like beer, but like ugh, smells strong, super.
Look,
strong.
I've been in a lockup for 2 days. You can't expect me to smell like a fresh patch of flowers, lass.
No. From my understanding is that the hairy child really likes strength, and you look strong.
No,
And
and yeah, she's gonna say she nods like yeah. She don't like smell flower. This natural odor better.
Ogden,
I-
if we post your bell, we want you to come with us into the mist to do a little bit of killing and otherwise deal with dangerous threats. We have it from a good source that you'd be okay with this. Also, I imagine you probably still have 10 gold on you that you could use to pay us back for this early release and opportunity to do good.
I mean,
As
let's
for
be real,
Ogden,
lassie.
I will inform you of a few things that led to you getting to this town.
Okay.
Part of the reason you came here is looking for a cousin of yours. You'd heard he was in trouble and needed help.
All right.
Being family, you're not necessarily
Yeah.
going to turn down a family
No.
member's cry for
Yeah.
help.
Uh-huh.
You found out, though, that he'd run afoul of one of the dark guilds. Did know who they were, but they took advantage of it and forced him into a contract, which resulted in him having to go into the mist.
Okay.
He hasn't come out. By the time you got here, somebody had already done a thorough job of wrecking said guild. The heads of its top two members were posted outside its building, and the organization has ceased to exist, as apparently they had run afoul of an adventuring group who took it out on them and then proceeded to clean house.
I believe the word you are looking for is thank you. You're welcome.
So
Are you the one
you
that's
don't
like-
know
this
who
is-
did it,
Okay, so
but your
again.
cousin is still missing.
All right, so down into the valley, I'm down for that. I gotta find my cousin. He pissed off some people. Apparently, they've been dealt with. I don't know who done that, but I'm not thinking them if I ever meet them.
Well, we do have some tracking ability and would be happy to assist you with that matter since you'll be helping us.
Before we leave the town, I'd like to figure out who killed the two young brawny idiots over there.
I think
Idiots?
I don't remember. I didn't get their names. They ran some dark thieves group or something.
Oh, that would be us that killed them. I laid
Well,
that
then
on-
you're already. All right, I'm in. Let's do this.
That was easy enough. You heard the man. You can let him out of his shackles.
Saved me
give that
having to do
paper.
it.
And
Excellent.
I will
Holds up
sign
the
it.
piece of paper with the release form on it and a quill all ready for you to go.
Read it over carefully, and then sign.
All right, and then he unlocks the manacles, sets the crate down in front of Ogden, and goes, "Here's all your stuff."
And he immediately starts putting his things on, and the last thing he picks up is the hammer, and he doesn't even pick it up. He just ignores it and picks up his mug, and been waiting for you for 2 nights, and fills it up, taps. He kind of like shakes it and watches it fill up with mead. That's better. Starts walking towards the door and gets about 15 feet away from the crate. Goes, oh wait, and he like just reaches his hand out, and the hammer shakes a little bit, and then just flies to his hand, and he throws it over his shoulder and he goes, "All right, let's go. I'm good
Cheetah
to go."
was smelling the hammer was about to say when it flies off, and she's like, "Oh,
Oh,
that's
kind of like Jay. You'll get along with our sword thrower. Well, anyway, we'll get that 10 gold from him when we get outside. Shall we get to introductions and start heading on out? I'm sure there's plenty of daylight left to make use.
Lovely.
He literally just kind of walks outside, sets the hammer down on its head, and then leans against the building and sips on his mead.
Probably with a look of, so, where to now?
So, Mr.
10 gold
Stonefeet,
removed from my sheet. Y'all can put it where you want it.
I'll just put it back into the group loot because that's where I took the 10 gold from.
That works.
Hi there, I'm Eden. That's Berard.
I'm assuming you mean your bear lass.
That's Berard. Lifts up a paw.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. He pets the bear and pets the girl just the same on the head.
Cheetah's walking
No
on all
distinction
fours.
between the pets. Like just pat, 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 pat.
Cheetah's walking right next to her on all fours, like Sheena is Sheena.
You're awful small. Pat, pat.
Yeah, she's
I'm
walking all
Zahib.
fours.
And then there's the well-endowed one over there.
Hello.
Interesting. Now, what's your purpose, Surf?
Um.
Are you like the one that gets the attention in the taverns and
I mean, what?
You have to be. You gotta be the wench, right?
I am a dance fighter. Really?
Wench. You're a wench. I got it. You're good,
I-
lad. You're good,
No.
lassie. We got you.
He is.
Yes,
He
I am.
Good.
looks like a female to me. I don't know what you're thinking, lassie, but
I don't
My
care.
understanding it was complicated.
It is very.
Out of character, I'm just gonna say, if Keegan was here, this guy would have been his best friend immediately.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, probably. I, to make a long story short, I messed with a cleric. Their god fucked me up, and now I'm sometimes female.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Zahid is a guy who loves swords and women and drinking and guys. And now Zahid is a female who loves drinking, women, guys, and swords.
Huh. Alright, then. Once again starts walking off and then goes, oh, wait. The hammer.
He seems a
That's
little
a
on the
bit-
forgetful side.
It's because he can call his hammer to him. He doesn't need to remember it.
What happens if someone's in the middle of the between you and the hammer, though?
Don't be between me and my hammer.
Then please don't throw it in a group. That'd be lovely.
I'm sure he can handle it just as fine as Jay. Shall we, since we have time left, go ahead and proceed down into the valley? After all, matters are only getting worse. We don't want to overstay our welcome in town, and apparently we have a family member of Mr. Stonefeet here to find.
Foot.
Hmm?
Stone foot.
Oh, Stonefoot to find.
Yes.
Only one.
I'm-
Now,
Be right back quickly.
Wait, before we go in there, are there things that we need to know?
Don't trust your eyes. A lot of things look like rocks that may turn out to eat you. Things burst from the ground. Things alter form. Trees will grow teeth and munch on you. It's easy to get lost. It's very dangerous. Most people go insane or end up dead.
Yeah, seems like a night party to me.
Interesting. Oh, I can't wait to get some research done on this place.
You are quite uppity one, aren't you?
It's more of that. I've been curious about other areas, and I mostly have been tasked with working out some matters, and I really
Aw, you're cute, wordy, pat, 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 pat.
Druid, young, it's understandable. Your encouragement and energy is well appreciated. I too am curious to see what kind of creatures there are that can be acquired, studied, and otherwise dispatched in here.
I. You know what? This is fine.
I like the way she put that: acquired, investigate, inquired, studied, dispatched.
Not in that order, that mind you.
Okay.
We shall acquire monsters. Wait, what do you mean acquire the monsters? And we're going to study them. Okay, and then dispatch them.
If I kill them.
Why don't we just go with the dispatch just first and just leave it at that?
Hmm.
Mm,
It's not as interesting.
Hopefully nothing gets us killed.
Why? Because it's not as interesting. What's that supposed to mean?
What is
if we kill the things, then none of the research gets done.
what is the visibility in the mist, Adam?
Um, at the edge of town, looking down into it, you
Bless
can
you.
see all the way to the mist. Once you start getting into the mist, your visibility drops to about 30 feet. Although this will depend on where you're going in. Are y'all going straight in from town on the southeast side?
Yes, if it's the
Oh,
quickest way, I don't see a problem with that.
you.
Although, based on previous information, we want to follow what Arabella did leave us with.
Which would be the northwest side of the valley.
Yes. There's the quickest route, but let's go over here. I hear it's more appropriate for what we're planning on doing.
Which is a question. What the fuck are we doing?
So, going around the valley will take you about a day and a half. However, by doing so, you're able to notice some of the comings and goings of people and things. Um, you notice there's quite a variety and a lot of people going into the valley. And from what you can see of the valley, and from what you've been told previously, that the valley was originally completely covered in mist, now it's only about half of it. The part that is now revealed is very bare. Like it's almost like a wasteland where there's little grass. Trees are just kind of old and dead. Though in some places it looks like it's starting to grow back at the very, very edge. Um, but also some of the trees you see are kind of twisted and warped. Almost similar to if you hit it with like a warp wood spell, where something has magically taken it and twisted it and modified it. You actually see one tree that looks like it's got thorns coming off of it, but it's not thorns on the branches, but the entire thing, including the trunk.
Most enjoyable.
Um, and that some of some of the terrain just looks like it's been altered. It doesn't look right. I mean, it looks natural, but part of it also looks like somebody has hit it with magic and then resulted in changing of landscape. Similar to warp wood or stone shape. Something has
If you
altered it.
say.
This is so cool. So they somehow managed to combine both natural resources and the arcane magic here. But even then, that's usually very limited and winds up being focused more onto what.
Mhm.
Hmm,
Save the trouble. What was here previously was of great power and danger and caused all this. It has since been removed, and something far worse now dwells here.
I'm being a nerd.
And that was in
Naya
character.
basically just tells you the widget is gone, but something far worse living now dwells here.
Yes.
Just be glad the two weren't there at the same time.
No, no, my character is being arcane nerd over here, as well as nature nerd. Apparently, nature's better than the arcane.
Dice roll. Um, like I definitely based on those checks, it has been magically altered. You can tell that.
Yeah.
You don't even have. It's obvious. Those trained in the arts, you know it. What could have done it? There's a few different spells that could have done it, although you've never seen something that could do it on this scale. That's a lot of area to cover. Think about the fact you're having it's going to take you a day and a half At movement speed, uh, well, no. How's movement speed 40? You got a dwarf, movement speed 20. So it's going to take you about a little over 2 days to get around to the other side.
I would think at some point she would just put.
Shit, no, I'm wrong.
Wait,
I'm getting
how
the size
heavy-
of the place wrong.
Oh. So it's bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Slow and getting a good look at it isn't a problem.
I'm thinking of like, okay, yeah, you can go from 2 days from point A to point B. I'm like, oh
Hey.
wait, going around is a
Hey,
whole different
Kazu,
problem.
Hmm.
how much does your character weigh altogether?
230 pounds. Plus gear.
All right. Do you want to ride on the bear?
Does the bear want the dwarf to ride?
Well,
It'd be people too.
Eden usually rides it anyway.
Yeah, but Eden is Eden. Eden is
Yeah,
not
but
random
That's your
dwarf.
familiar and animal companion, so yeah, no
Yeah.
problem there.
It's more of a speed deal.
All right, even with speed 40, take you about 3 days. I want to say.
Oof.
Speed 30 would be 5, speed 20 would be 6. And these are rough numbers I'm throwing out because I also know that you're not going from the wide point, but from narrow to narrow. Because the valley roughly starts at the southwest and goes northeast. So I'll draw out a rough example. So valley, town, and where you were told to best place to go. So you gotta go that way. And the part that is all misty is this. That area is all misty. So
Okay.
this area is open, which you can see. This shit is all mist. And y'all will travel around to there.
I think it would be wise if, since I'm not going to need it, probably not, have the others be blessed with Pass Without a Trace.
To each
will,
their own.
well, seeing as we're not really required to do it since you're also a druid, we should be semi-safe.
If we're going through thick brush or other things that could hinder us, by all means, you have the ability to do so.
I will state this, you notice there isn't a whole lot of brush.
Oh, I was using it for more of tracking purposes.
I don't think the 3.5 version makes you untrackable. Or does it? I don't remember.
I know druids are pretty much untrackable through natural surroundings unless they wish to be. But Pass Without Trace, the subject or subjects can move through any type of terrain, mud, snow, dust, or the like, and leave neither footprint nor scent. Tracking the subject is impossible by non-magic means.
Okay, that's what it was. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So it's the same as trackless step that druids have.
Yes.
Except for druids can be tracked by scent. They just simply aren't hindered by difficult terrain and don't really leave footprints. If I
Yes.
Okay.
cover scent also.
Well, do y'all wish to cast it and have that active and keep it active?
Sure thing.
Sure.
Awesome.
I'm talking. I'm asking the spellcaster because it's kind of their call.
Yes. if allowed, like a full round action is like I could like successfully touch everyone, right?
No.
You.
One
Because
creature a level, so yeah, if you group everybody up, one casting, you could touch everybody and affect them all with Pass Without Trace.
yep, that's exactly what she does. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. All right, we should be safe for about 8 hours.
Yeah, nice, not too concerned about the scent, but if you're willing to do it on her, then she'll accept. But she's like, for the most part, it's not useful. She doesn't get it.
She's not worried about the scent either.
Sheena should be,
Too
because it
much.
means if you lose track of the party, you can't find them.
Oh yeah, cause I can't smell them anymore, can I?
Mm-mm.
You can smell brain. You can smell Naya.
No,
No,
Naya accepted the spell.
nothing.
Oh, well,
She just following you now, all of you guys. She can see you guys, but to quote someone, the eyes in her nose disappear.
her eyes and her
The
nose.
eyes in her nose disappear.
That is a new one.
I see with my nose. Wait, what?
Naya will switch forms to something more appropriate for this and use her active camo to make her skin look appropriate for the surrounding area. And she'll take a thorny, sort of fayish form, almost looking like a spiky plant-like person, with a giant jawed mouth and a long tongue covered in thorns.
What? They have a picture of
What kind of
this.
face is that?
A very unpleasant fae. There is a picture of it. Not the most pleasant-looking picture, but
Or is it that weird Muppet thing you've done before?
this is different. I've never done this one.
Well, I kind of figured out that with the thorns and all.
Ooh.
Trippy.
Frightful, thin humanoid, long, pointy fingernails, forest razor wooden spikes for hair, a long tongue covered in long,
You're
scattered,
quite the
and
interesting
splintered,
woman, aren't you?
thick skin like bark. Interesting, I guess, is one way to put it. I consider it adapting to situations.
She will take out her notebook and, well, journal, because notebooks weren't a thing. Anyway, she'll start jotting down or sketching it at least, roughly. I'm pretty sure Barad would be rolling his eyes.
Ogden quite literally just shrugs and shoulders his hammer and goes, "Are we going there or what?"
Oh, this was as traveling, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Naya will bring up her mist. She'll have her wings on. She'll have her skin and outfits. She'll have her quiver out at him with Wilding Class. She'll have her bow out with Wilding Class and acidic gem in it. Ready to hunt.
Let's go find us a fight.
Sheena nods.
All right.
Actually, traveling through the day, you have no problems.
I'm bored.
Aww.
Through the day, you
Alright.
have zero issues.
Night's gonna be a problem.
The night, yes.
Well, how far around the valley do we get before the nightfall hits?
Let me see if I can select some of this stuff. Gonna get about there.
How long is it?
Oh, it would
Here?
take you 4 days to get all the way around.
Right here.
Oof.
All right, but give me a number. We travel at every 6 seconds. We go 20 feet.
Yes. So I will pull
So-
up the book and tell you what your miles per day is. Let me see. So at a speed 20, you make 16 miles in a day.
So you're telling me that this thing is like 40. This valley is like 50 miles around, that's not a valley.
It's a chasm.
It's a chasm.
Giant crater. A
Look,
gaping
we can't
hole.
judge the people on naming this shit.
True. There has been unusual names in the past.
Like, God, if memory serves me correct, there's like,
Well, also, ages ago, it did have a different name.
the Valley of Clearness.
No.
But the problem, it's still not a valley. It's we're talking.
Now, some valleys
old,
can be pretty
like-
huge in size, but
If this thing is completely rimmed, it's an old lake bed. It's not a valley. Your lake bed, not pond, lake bed.
like I said, ages ago, it had a different name. You're
Ooh, I
correct,
should
it was once a lake.
Should
Once
I?
a month. I guess they never bothered changing the name that much.
Oh, that was about 1,000 years ago, it was a lake.
Okay. Then never mind.
In the
Nighttime
last
on
400
treasure.
years, it became the Valley of the Mist. Before
Hang on,
that,
I'm about to do some fucking Google mapping for you guys.
The
'Cause-
nerd in you is screaming, isn't it, Cosmo?
Oh yeah,
For nighttime, I go large size
because
mushrooms.
we're already halfway along the lake, and it's gonna take us 50 miles to round to the end of the lake. That's like a 300-mile long lake.
because traveling from one side directly to the other,
What are we
I have it
doing
listed
in
as taking
this
2
shit?
days. Narrow path is 2 days. Straight across.
It ain't a pond. It's a very large body of water. A
Well, it
lake.
used to be a large body of water, from what I understood.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me do this.
I have to apologize, my bird is loud.
Unless my sense of sizing is so massively wrong, at which point I'm willing to adjust.
Yeah, your sensitive sizing is that massively wrong. Give me a minute here. I'm Google mapping you something. So this is Lake Champlain in Vermont, and I say Lake Champlain.
Champagne.
If Umasha heard
Okay.
you, he'd probably be cursing at you.
Whatever, fuck him. Oh, I don't have Light Shot. Give me a minute here. I have to download Light Shot. Give me 30 seconds.
Because it's one of those, like, Umasha's French, and it bugs the hell out of him whenever somebody mispronounces the French names.
No, it's Lake Champlain. That's how it's pronounced.
It's not Champagne?
I say Champlain.
Yeah.
There's a fucking L in it. I'm from the state.
It's
I can
some
still
people
mess
who
with
get
you.
annoyed. I know some people who get butthurt when it says pecan or pecans, pecan.
That's a
Gotta get
regional thing.
Yeah, that's all regional. Vermonters say pecan.
And
Yep.
see, in Texas, it's pecan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've gotten yelled at plenty of times for.
I know.
That's like tomato. Depending on where you are, it changes. Potato. There are
Yeah,
certain
well,
words, depending on where you're at, the way it's stated just changes.
Taters.
We call them taters.
Potatoes.
I heard Seal call them
That's some
potatoes a lot. So I call them taters myself.
Potatoes?
What happens next?
I think I'm just gonna alter it and make it 3 days.
Even that's gonna be
16, 3 days, 48.
Oh, I need your fucking password for it. Never mind, I can't download Light Shot because I'm not the administrator on the PC.
Just hit the screenshot button.
It doesn't work without Light Shot.
Yeah, it does. You hit the
It'll
screenshot button
copy.
and hit Control V, and it pastes the
Oh,
picture.
yeah, it copies and pastes the thing.
I've never used Lightshot. I don't even know how it works.
I have print screen, scroll lock, and pause.
Yeah, hit
I
print
don't
screen.
have. Nothing happens.
Yes, and then hit wherever you want to go and hit Control V, and paste.
Okay.
Ta-da!
So, well, no, I haven't got that far yet. Okay, there we go. Did not know that trick. So, there's a meter at the bottom that says 5 miles. So do your own math on that lake. That's the entire border of Vermont. The entire border of an entire state. It is such a big lake that it is almost considered one of the 5 Great Lakes. It almost got considered a Great Lake. That's how big. And that doesn't include the river that comes off the bottom of it.
Rough
For me-
guess, it's probably about 30-ish miles in length.
More than that. Vermont itself
No, I meant the
is-
lake.
The lake. Okay, hang on. Let me zoom out enough to
How you
show
spell
you
the name of the lake?
Lake Champlain.
Lake Champlain.
CHMPLANAIN.
Got it. Lake Champlain is 124.9 miles in length.
Okay, so there you go. You're talking. We're already halfway down the lake, and it's going to take us 3 days or 50 miles to get around the end of it. That's the size of the lake you're asking. The valley you're talking about.
Mhm.
That's not a valley anymore. There are literally 70 towns along the body of water. One of them is a city that is a population of 15,000 people. That's not a valley. That is a fucking chasm.
Champlain. What is it? Champlain Valley is.
Yeah,
the valley itself is roughly 14 miles in length, it says.
And the Champlain Valley is only a small chunk of that lake.
Yeah, the valley is 14 miles in length at its widest point, maximum capacity, covers an area of 514 square miles. Okay, so then yes, my sizing is incorrect. I will adjust.
Way incorrect.
Well, shit happens. I'm trying to do this stuff off the top of my head and don't always
I
get it right.
I know, but I'm just when you said we only got that far, I'm like, wait a minute, how big is this valley that you're talking?
Pretty
I'm
damn
from
big.
Vermont. I know what a valley looks like.
Science.
This is rolling hill country in
Science,
Texas.
bitch.
This is what I know.
Also caused nerd.
Shut up, Shig.
Nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert. Alright, so then it would take you 2 days to get around. Actually, no, I'm still going to make it 3 days because this is going to be formally have been a major lake. Formally, because let's just say shit happened.
Yeah, but that's still only like 30 miles that way instead of fucking.
And I'll rule it as 2.5 days, so it's going to be about 40 miles.
Okay. But 40 miles from point A around the end still makes that lake only about 100 miles long.
120 circumference, I believe. Because if 40 miles is a third of the way around, that's 120 mile circumference. And for you math nerds, if you want to reverse
I don't have
engineer
the brain.
circumference into the rest
Yeah,
of it, you
I
can go
don't
figure
need
it out.
to. That's
That's
I
more
got you.
mathy than I want to do, and I care
more
to do at
nothing
this
than I
point.
care to do right now.
So
I'm okay with a third being 2 days. I'm okay with that.
yeah. So like I said, if there's any math nerds watching, you want to do it, go for it. If not, oh well.
What's the calculation?
You go figure it out yourself.
I got something much better than Oreos. Cinnabon.
The fuck is that?
Dude, I want a Cinnabon.
If you're not sharing, then don't say it.
Yeah. Fuck.
I'm
I'm actually irritated at myself. I actually told Shig, like, I got into working on my character and I forgot to order myself dinner.
Oof.
Yeah.
And
I
like
heard
by
him.
the time I realized it was like 7:30, I said, fuck it, I'm not eating tonight. And
Yeah.
now I'm irritated at myself for it.
Yeah, I heard him say like I left the what's it called, dash.
I had,
dash.
I had Grubhub open. I was gonna order a Subway.
Yep. and he
I
never
was gonna
did.
order like a $6 sub from Grubhub, and I didn't do it. Just never did it. I got too invested into making my character. By the time I realized that it was 7:30, and I said, "Well, fuck it, I'm not eating tonight. Eat in the
I found-
morning. Fuck it."
Screw you, Ashes. You're not helping.
Yeah, right.
I'm Ash. What?
Ashes. He's watching on the stream.
Oh.
He's
What
like,
did
yeah,
it
I'm
say?
cooking some deep sea fish right now. I'm like, I want some. Oh, you motherfucker, it's deep fried.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah. Down.
Oh,
Lion.
damn you, Ashes.
I'm gonna get some cookies.
All right. So fight tonight. I want to fight before we go to bed.
Let
Yeah,
me
same.
roll.
Let's fight something.
Let me see. What nasty shit do I want to throw at y'all? Because, congratulations, this zone removes some of the monster restrictions.
Oof.
Which some of you already found out having fought a frickin' mimic. Although you didn't know what it was till James told you. It was one of those, oh, it's a mimic. Oh, it was a mimic. Well, crap.
Well,
Yeah,
fuck
it-
me with the
yeah.
full
Meanwhile,
wheelchair.
Sheena still has no idea what a mimic really is, other than oh, what's a mimic?
Oh, mimic. Yeah, what I have no idea what that thing's supposed to be. So what is a this mimic thing you speak of? It's a
It's
thing
like
that mimics
a
other
chameleon.
things. So what is
so
that?
Naya. So a Naya.
So yes. So
Fine.
Naya? Not wrong.
Nah.
Oh. I'm off a little bit.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to go into a sugar coma after this.
And
Pass out like a champ later.
so then I need to check.
Says the chump who forgot his dinner.
Dude, I'm gonna eat like a champ in the morning. Watch me.
In order to Denny's steak and eggs for breakfast.
No, I have to work in the morning. I don't get to eat big like that in the morning.
I'm pretty sure you can like. You could eat my body weight.
How much do you weigh?
100 pounds.
Not in one sitting.
No.
Course of a week, sure, but not in one sitting.
Course of a week, yes. One sitting, no.
And besides, you talk about you weigh 100 pounds. All right, we gotta chop you into pieces. So and I'm gonna factor this. You're not exactly, a muscular being. So we're talking a third of you is bones and, unusable meat, intestines,
Oh,
liver, things that I wouldn't eat. So if we do just your muscles, you're probably only about 60 pounds worth of edible meal. And then of that, I would have to freeze, smoke, or otherwise contend with preserving that much meat.
I have a friend. She is literally our age, Kazu, but she weighs less than 100 pounds. What the fuck are you gonna do with her?
How much is less than 100 pounds?
Like 80 pounds, 80, 90
So
pounds.
she's probably 20 pounds skeletal that I can't use. We're still talking 50, 60 pounds of meat.
Oh my god.
Now, here's where it's funny. Y'all all hang out with me, and we all get trapped in, like, it's eat somebody or die. Y'all kill me. You know how much meat I'm carrying?
How much of that? Yeah, but how much of that is just pure body fat?
Have you ever had a really fatty steak, Shig?
Yes.
Slow roasted?
Yes.
That tastes good and falls apart?
Oh my god! Don't make me.
So you're
hungry.
telling me
I'm
we should eat you?
Tender, motherfucker!
So you're telling us we should probably just cook you and eat you if one of us got hungry.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No. If we were in a survivalist situation, I'm the one that dies. Like y'all kill and eat me.
Hey
Like,
Naya,
that's how
there's
it
some food for you.
Yum, 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 yum.
Go feed the Naya. What are we feeding the Naya this time? That one.
Tastes like dwarf.
It tastes like
Tastes
dwarf.
like alcohol, Sheena. Here, have some.
Wait, make sure you leave some for Barrington.
It tastes like
Barrington?
I meant, that's his
There.
last name.
Berard Barrington, really?
Yes.
she was too obsessed with the story.
It's unbearable.
God, I'm gonna kill all of
I
you.
had to make. I had
I'm
to
gonna
make that
murder every one of you in your fucking sleeps. And here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna sit on your faces. When you're end of story. You're gonna look up and see fat just fall on your face, and you're gonna be like, and flail around a little bit, and I'm not gonna move because you're gonna bite me, and I'm not gonna feel it because I've got so much fat on my ass that I'm not gonna feel it. You're gonna sit there and wait for you to fucking die, and if I'm lucky, I'll fart once or twice before you die.
Well, actually, the original name was.
You know what? I'll even be nice, and I'll make sure not to wipe the sweat out of my crack.
All right, that's a little twisted.
There you are, cause.
No, not on the side of your head. Full nose and mouth in crack.
What happens next?
I'm looking at monsters because for some reason the good ones are lower CR, which I may just go with for fun's sake. Because honestly, I think some of the lower CR ones are actually funnier for y'all to fight. Because honestly, the high CR y'all might freak out on. The low CR will just it'll be amusing. This is
Give
just
us
time
an
for...
appropriate challenge, Adam.
No.
You might not like that because my first roll was a pair
I
of
know for a fact
Behirs.
that the. Yeah, no, thank you.
Ooh.
Refund. No.
What?
They're size huge and they have swallow whole as an ability.
And they can do lightning breath. They basically don't like dragons, but they're dragon-like. Imagine like 6 or 8 legs of a big blue lizard that breathes lightning breath and can swallow people.
In addition, it has
Had a
constrict.
character that. I don't need another.
So it's one of those like my initial roll was 2 of those, and I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't fit the zone that well, so
And those for the Thursday
not
game.
really. Although I can just go with this one. I might just do this one. Excuse me. Ugh.
I need to make up another lost level. Come on.
Let's me see. Where is the stats for this critter?
Bring it on,
Oh,
motherfucker.
I'm in wrong letters. There we go. Nope. Maybe. Here we go. Yeah, sure. We'll go with this one. We'll go with this one. Just for the sake of argument, we'll go with this one. I've never run this against y'all, so I'm curious as to what y'all will do.
Alright, so should we set up camp and make it look like we're in camp ready to go?
Yes. So I have a
Okay, so we
question.
should
Who's the
move-
one that's doing the little light generation thing at the moment? Who
That's
put the...
me. I'm basically using that for my fog. Since I've got the mist.
So
Alright. I'll
should
move the.
move the
I'm
picture
gonna
of the
move the
valley.
little squiggly map thing.
And if we need to change
Who
the
many?
color of it
How
to
many
something
people have
else,
tents?
I do.
Gina's just gonna be sitting out, sleeping late outside.
If the party needs tents, we have free tents.
Okay, Ogden has a tent and a sleeping bag in his bag of holding.
I have a bear. I'm fine.
I got the personal witness.
A what?
Personal
It's
oasis.
Oasis.
But what did he didn't say Oasis, he said Wittis.
No, it's
He muttered it.
He
combined
stuttered
all
it.
the wor-
I heard Wittis.
He combined all the words into wittis.
Witless?
Ogden would be like leaned up against his tent, sitting by the fire, sipping on his mead.
enjoying the food that comes with the personal oasis.
Dates.
He's not hungry. He ate today. He's sipping on his wine. He's good.
I think
He's got honey wine. He's
I
good to go.
can't spell.
Who needs a spell when you just kill your party?
The spell
Oh,
is to kill the party.
Yeah.
So where's
I-
Naya? Where's Eden? Where's Berard? Barrington?
Naya's a
Copyright.
giant, as the description says in Roll20, a
Wait, but
giant plant thing
Where?
Where on the map? I think he's asking.
right where I am.
Okay, Eden will be most likely definitely next to her, going like, okay, so blah blah
Orchid
blah blah
like
blah blah.
flowers.
She's being a super nerd right now.
So nobody's sleeping in the middle of the night. We're all just up.
Oh, I have a 2-hour thing, so
Psst, I'm a plant.
Lydia,
doesn't
even
sleep
if you have the
right now.
2 hour thing, you still have to rest for additional 6 to get
Yeah.
your 8 hours. Because
Yeah.
you're still have to do 8 hours if you want to reset spells.
Yep.
Still hold basic conversation, just can't be active.
exactly.
You can sit next
Nice.
to the giant plant and talk with me, and I can talk with her.
Yes.
She just gonna sleep underneath a tree if there is one.
There is no
Otherwise-
tree.
Okay, she's gonna be sleep next, in between the tents.
Oh,
Alright. Now then, I need. Let's see. Ogden, do you still require 8 hours or 2 hours?
No, I have a ring of sustenance.
Alright. Naya requires how much sleep?
Zippo.
How much does Sheena require?
Full 8 hours.
How much does
Bear.
Zahid require?
That's a good question. I'll go-
do you have my?
say
Oh,
that
suddenly
again. 'Cause
everybody's lagging for me.
currently, my
Yeah, I
headset
heard you
is a
were
piece of shit.
Um,
I have to sleep for 8 hours. It seems with magic bedroll and all that.
Alright. So 2088. Eden. I think it's 2 hours of sleep, 6 hours of rest.
Yes.
And then Bear.
Bear needs 8.
Alright. So then,
I
I
cuddle with
need
Bear
the
because my bear
bear, Zahid, and Sheena to roll me a d6.
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 I don't like this. Okay.
Somewhere in the middle, not bad.
Hey, same.
Oh,
I need Ogden and Eden to roll me a D
A D what?
D8. Yeah, 1d8.
What?
Haha!
Y'all weird.
Air Force.
I don't know.
All right. So, for the first people with the D6s, that is what time, essentially, for quote unquote watch, that y'all would be awake. Each watch. For some reason, since nobody really scheduled watches, you're just independently doing stuff and making your own arrangements. So,
Ah, shit.
Sheena and Lydia, or Sheena and Eden were on watch for the third watch. For Ogden and, or excuse me, the bear and Sheena both had the same watch of hour 3, which of the third watch, which makes sense. Zahid had the sixth watch versus Ogden and Eden were asleep on the fourth. So the watch y'all were asleep on was number 4.
Sounds right.
no active camo, by the way, Adam.
Just huge plant you.
Yeah,
I am the plant.
not dressing it up other than the fact of just the mist. I have blindside out to 30 feet, Adam, and of course I'm keeping watch. Because shit happens near this place.
As Sheena already found out.
That's why I'm basically going into giant watchtower mode and keep an eye up during sleep. I'm a lighthouse that creates its own fog.
You know, I had the watch list posted somewhere.
That's
And I
like-
don't remember where.
Somewhere like group rulings or something. I think we had an active watch list at
What?
one time.
End discussion.
Found it.
Ugh.
You dying?
All right. So, looking at when you had the encounter versus time of watches.
I wish we had the alarm spell or other stuff. Dawn, the other wake up, or the magic item bot would be useful at this point.
You could have bought it.
Don't have the funds for it. I don't
Yeet.
bother setting the spell anymore because don't use it.
Didn't y'all literally get $50,000 a piece?
Group loot that was individual. The bank didn't really increase in funds.
So, unless a person literally decided to throw it into the group or voluntarily
Hey
buy it,
guys, mind if
it
I
didn't
borrow
happen.
1,000 gold from everyone to buy it? Sure. Otherwise, whatever items wind up in group loot, Naya usually hangs on to them and then purges them and puts that money into group loot to buy stuff for the party. So yeah. Also, I
Naya's
don't want
actually
to
been
deplete
buying
the
stuff for the
group's
party.
bank.
It's just nobody's been paying attention. So this would be second watch, which means Ogden, Eden, and Naya are awake. And I would normally say make a listen check. Actually, I will say make a listen check because let's see how oblivious you three might be.
Ooh.
Hey, not bad.
Considering
Also,
this is a low DC. Because this thing
Listen,
is not quiet.
You gotta remember that I recently just went from a druid, well, from a cleric to a druid, and my cleric really sucked out this role. I'm happy.
Alright. And yeah, nobody failed it. It's this is a DC that's hard to fail. Because what y'all hear is the sound of something heavy walking. I mean, we're talking thud, thud, thud. Out of character, good description. If you've ever seen any of the X-Men animated shows when the Juggernaut's walking,
Oh, okay.
that kind of thud as he steps from sheer weight.
Ogden kind of immediately tucks his tankard away and stands up, shoulders his heavy maul, starts looking around.
Eden wakes up Erard by touching him.
You poked a bear. Got it.
Yes, I poked the bear. You know exactly why I poked the bear. Thorn skin and Bubba Slam, or how that's pronounced.
Babu.
Yes, that one.
You can cast 2 spells at once?
No. She can't.
It takes 1 round to put up your tanker, a full round action to get out your sleep bag, and then also.
I wasn't in a sleeping bag.
No,
I
he was
sitting.
sitting.
Out by the,
when he
sitting
sleeps,
out by
he's
the
in the
fire.
sleeping bag. This was while he was awake.
This thing is coming close. So.
But
well, she has 12 seconds, then she's good.
You will get 3 rounds before you will be able to see this thing.
3rd round, I'm just going to use something I don't use often, Venom's Gift. I will burn the wild shape for it.
Alright, so if we got 3 rounds, he would eventually move over here where he thinks it's coming from. Kind of watch for it.
If you will roll me a second listen check, I will tell you exactly what direction it's coming from. It is coming from that way.
Okay. Well, again, he would put himself actively looking for it.
That's fair. I'm just stating it is that direction.
He would put himself between it and the tents.
I just saw Ash comment on, ooh, this got kinky real quick.
Did he make another one?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, Ashes is a good guy. Alright. As for that, I will... Is anybody waking up the sleeping people?
Ogden didn't think about it. He just kind of stepped over Sheena and planted himself.
I could do a listen check because she's very close by, probably hearing heavy dwarf step.
Well, no, I'm just asking, during the 3 rounds, is anybody waking them up?
Again, I gave you my answer. I
Okay.
walked over and stepped over Sheena.
That's fair. I heard from you. Nobody else said anything.
Naya would have Gopher walk over and shake Sheena.
Okay.
But yeah, so she
And
does. Sheena is woken up by both of them, both Gopher and the dwarf.
and we'll beat on the tent to wake up Zahid. Gently.
All right.
As to not break the tent.
Yeah. Gently
Alright.
Gopher.
So
Russell,
round
Russell.
2, Sheena gets woken up. Round 3, Zahid gets woken up, which means Sheena will have enough time to be able to stand up, hear the noise,
Oh Christ!
and maybe figure out the direction.
Shittiest initiative I've ever seen.
Zahid will have enough time to wake up, and I will need a listen check from Zahid.
All right. 1 moment.
Berard is a large creature.
Yeah.
Bear.
What the hell? I never get this good initiative.
Hey.
Alright, so Zahid, you hear the heavy footsteps of something big coming.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be getting out that sleeping bag.
So you will be out of the sleeping bag, but on your next turn, you'll have to move action to get out of the tent.
Should I roll initiative anyways?
Yes, need initiative from all.
I'm always bad at this.
Well, sucks for you.
Bitch, look at mine. I don't want to hear it.
I've had worse.
The bear
rolled a
and the
fucking
dwarf
2.
have the same initiative.
Roll off.
No.
Nah,
All right.
the dwarf would go first. PC over NPC.
How dare you say that about Berard?
Too late.
Because it's true.
Two-legged
It's been
versus
standard
four-legged.
rule. It's one of those of PCs go before NPCs.
Still, he's my baby. Don't speak.
You could always have him delay to your turn, and then you both can go on the same.
Yeah. And then sort the turn order. Alright.
You're not dead.
Not dead yet.
Oh, I need snapping on.
Oh, after all this spell casting, I will have a wand full. Just because
Well,
that only takes a round.
round 1 cast, round 2 cast, round 3 was what?
Wand.
Okay. So, start of round 4, Naya. You see come walking up what looks like a. Let me get the right stats for you real quick and description. A vaguely humanoid looking pile of rocks that looks like somebody with rudimentary skill at sculpting sculpted out this humanoid looking statue, except it looks like they built it in pieces. So there's a torso, an upper arm, lower arm, and a crude semblance of a hand, a head, upper leg, lower leg, and a slab for a foot.
Very interesting.
The thing is, you don't see anything actually connecting the pieces together. But it seems to just kind of be slowly moving and walking towards you.
Doubt's living, so what I did for prep work is probably wasted, but we shall see. Everybody's so far up, I'm not going to play dumb. I'm going to go ahead and move. So 5, 10, and 15.
Stand on the tent.
I'm huge size, so I should be able to wrap myself around it, seeing as I'm just like a bulb. So I've got
Oh,
this
okay.
center core and then a bunch of vines hanging. And I'm large enough size-wise to where I should be able to get over it.
Are you greeting it?
I am proceeding up to be able to lend assistance. We'll go
If it is
ahead.
what I think it is, I'm gonna be pissed.
15, 20. Here we go. We'll move to there. Go ahead and go around a tent as double move.
All right. Sheena.
Let's see. I can see it from here, right, Adam? Or no?
Yeah, if you have, yeah, because it's one of those I stated. This round is when you would be able to see it. If you've got 60 feet dark vision, which is normal dark vision, you can see it.
Oh,
No
then
one
I
has.
gotta use my centered. I'm gonna use my centered action, spirited to the left, the spirit thingy, in order to see in the dark. That's gonna be my centered action, and that's good. I can now see it, and that's the end of my.
That's it for you?
Yeah, because I can't. Otherwise, I was gonna charge, but if I can't, but since that gives me dark vision, otherwise I normally have normal.
Prep work.
All right. Eden.
Yes.
Kind of on the other side of a tent, a little hard for you to see details given distance.
Frickety frack.
That and it's
Here we go.
95 feet away, so dark vision doesn't go that far.
And she's a half elf, which means she wouldn't have dark vision.
Correct.
I would get low light.
But
there's
too
dark
far
vision.
out for that.
I was gonna say the fire's only what,
Only
40?
gives 20 feet bright,
Yeah,
20 feet
so you
dim,
get-
which 80 feet would, in theory, be able to put it in like vague detail.
Mischance.
Where you're at
Wow.
now, based on the low light, you would be able to make out some of it, although it would essentially have total concealment because much of the light is blocked by that tent.
All right.
Don't worry. Next round we're good.
So you can make out that there is something big, roughly human shaped. Here we go. About 9 foot tall. So yeah,
If I didn't have to save people's lives, I would be doing research.
you can do research later.
I know. Wait, could I dissect it? It looks like it's made out of.
What you doing
It's
on your
clunky.
turn? That's it.
Um,
Moving.
yeah, just moving and ordering Berard come around.
All right.
It's turn.
Well, Berard doesn't get to move until
Berard doesn't move until his turn.
Right. Forgive me.
Its turn. One, two, three, four. As it thud, thud, thud moves up.
It's either slow or cautious.
I'm gonna say slow.
I'm hoping to say slow.
Probably so.
Zahid. Exiting the tent,
Yeah.
I'm assuming?
Intelligence.
What else you doing?
I'm looking around and seeing what the fuck is going on.
Considering, well, move yourself accordingly. Because depending on where you move, I'll tell you what you see.
All right, I'm step out.
You see a large, stony, shaped like a person thing walking towards y'all.
I unsheath my blades. And...
Move action, move action, move action.
Ah, shit. You're right.
Move action, exit tent, and
Yeah.
then you
Move
can.
action, stand up.
Yeah,
I thought
because it
me
was
getting
full
out of
round
the bag-
action to get out of the sleeping bag.
I thought.
You
I thought,
haven't stood up yet.
Okay.
Your-
Last
your
round, you
turn
got out
is-
of the sleeping
You
bag.
got out of the sleeping bag. Full round action.
Yep.
This round, stand up, move out of tent. That's your
Probably
action for the
there.
round.
Yep.
All right.
And that's why I say, depending on where you move, will determine what you see. Because if you go on the other side of the tent, you wouldn't have seen him.
Depends
All
where
right.
the flap is.
I see that thing.
Flaps on the wide side.
I'm gonna wait next turn to unsheath my weapons.
Because you don't know what it's doing right now.
No.
I have Jay on the initiative order for some reason. Ogden. Big
Ogden
stony
with
thing.
a almost gleeful grin shoulders his hammer. He kind of shifts his body weight, shifts his feet a little bit, seems to be checking around himself and goes, "Food Moradin!" And then just runs full fucking tilt. And as he gets there, like as he's screaming, his hammer lights up with lightning, and he raises it to the sky, and then he like baseball bat swings into this fucking thing.
I assume you already turned on the lightning.
Yeah,
effect.
as he screamed, he raised his thing to the air.
It's
It's
just
action
flavor-
to turn it
Flanking.
on, by the way.
So
Well, we're doing it's more flavor fact in this point of
Yeah.
it's essentially turned on,
yeah,
Always.
and then
Yeah,
it's one of
it's
those. It's a
always turned
flavor
on.
thing to make a visual activation.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going.
I'm
to
assuming he would never not have it turned on personally.
correct. So I'm going
Um,
to. I get a +2 attack on my charge.
Yes.
I'm going to
However,
turn that into power attack.
okay. I was gonna say, as you charge up, hammer swinging,
Oh,
He
has it
just-
got reach?
kind of raises
Oh.
a fist up and punches at you. Also,
Okay. Well, I haven't raged,
Yeah.
so I get a -2 on my AC. So make your attack roll. You miss.
maybe I have to check his bonus. I just roll the straight number and then I apply whatever he's got. 27.
Damn. Then yeah, he hits.
Holy shit, brick!
Yep. Shit
Oh.
bricking indeed. But it's cool. I'm all right. Roll your damage.
26.
Ouch. 22 damage. Okay.
As this guy hits like a truck.
Yeah, fucking apparently. Thank God I've got some fucking
DR.
shit. Yeah. 4 damage reduction. However, that's 22 of my 30 for the day. Well, for today, I guess, when we rest, I'll
Yeah.
get it
Well,
back.
it's 3 of that is Iron Ward. Iron Ward soaks 3.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
9 more uses per day.
Yeah.
It's an easier way to look at it.
Well, it soaks up to 30 points of damage.
3 per hit, I believe.
A maximum of 3 per hit. Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that makes sense. All right.
So
So
it's
anyway,
not that
my
it takes
attack.
22. It takes 3 off.
And my normal damage reduction is another 1 on top of that.
Yeah. Because I think that it says you get your DR is
3
improved by
plus
3.
1.
Okay, so my power attack, I'm gonna put the +2 into power attack, but since that puts me back at my normal base, I'm gonna leave this at 0. No additional attack bonus. Power attack is 4 because it's a two-handed weapon. No additional damage bonus. It is a full attack.
So 32 will hit. And the rest will miss.
Damn, that sucks.
25 damage.
Dwarf is fighting the mountain.
Oh, this is bad.
The mountain fights back.
Mountain fights back.
You
looks
bring
like
that
the
hammer
Dave as well
down
as the
and it
Cook.
goes wham! And it feels like you hit a big pile of stone.
Ooh,
Which is-
hardness.
That's
About what you
I did.
expected.
Yep.
But it didn't. You've been you crushed rocks before. This is a really hardy rock.
Why are you laughing,
Sounds
Lydia?
about
I'm
right.
killing Lydia apparently. Berard.
Go, Berard.
Don't die.
Fuck you.
Fucking thing nearly got max damage on me. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll spin around.
A
the
couple
other
of
way.
those and I won't fucking make. Oh, but I get fast healing 1 now.
Yep.
Yep.
You're fast.
Gina
Gina will
starts.
be and Gina will be helping you out shortly. So he
Real quick, Adam, remind me what combat focus does.
+2 to will saves. And then the
Okay.
fast heal 1 for
From the
12
Blueberry.
rounds.
So I have a temporary modifier to my will save. Cool.
Yes.
Boop, 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 boop.
In your turn, you
First.
gain back 1 life.
That's as far as you can go.
I
Into
rolled
a dark
shit
despair.
damage on that first fucking damage though.
Huh?
I rolled a fucking 3, a 2, and a 5 and a 4.
Yeah.
I've got a D10. I rolled a 3
Wait.
on a D10.
The crit didn't hit, did it?
No,
He only
No, I
gets
only
3
had-
attacks.
I only get 3 attacks. That 4th attack was completely null.
Oh, okay.
But I
Yeah.
use the full attack macro because it's just faster.
Yeah, the full attack macro includes 4 attacks, even if you normally don't get that many.
All right.
So that's all the bear can do?
That's all Bear Gerard can do.
Naya.
First off, swift action, trigger light. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Now the target is in light, which will help those who have issues seeing. And that's my turn,
All
as
right.
I have to double move up.
Sheena, you can now see.
I was able to see what the spirit were thinking, but now I can actually see. Now I could do. So for
I don't
first,
know you can do that, and we have humans in the party, so I'm being
Yeah.
helpful.
Correct.
Fine.
Oh, right.
I am human, but yeah, I enrage and you enter my feral trap.
All right.
Going mostly all out, damn.
Oh, Ogden's about to because this thing's gonna hit him that hard. He's not happy.
3 rounds left on my benefit. Not that it matters for this critter.
All right. And then what else is Sheena doing?
It's a free action to
Sheena does
enrage.
what she does what she does best. She charges.
Charges in, yeah. Pounce that motherfucker.
You see Cheetah just going on all fours like a real wild animal.
And he just raises that hand up once again. Wham!
Damn.
It gets multiple attack of opportunities per round.
This is a different round.
No, it's not. It hasn't had a second attack yet. It
Oh,
has
that is
not cycled
correct.
to him yet.
So yeah, it has a
That's
cycle
correct.
through.
You went after its initiative. Punch does not happen. Sheena does not get punched.
Yeah.
Thank you for stating that, because I missed it.
Dwarf
Thank you,
took it.
Cos.
I'm gonna say, like, I understood I was gonna take one because I was charging in, but like I knew what I was doing because that's what I built this guy to do. I
It's one of
knew
those-
what I was getting into.
It's one of those, I know I'm going to get hit.
Full attack.
But I also built him with decent enough armor that even with minus,
Oh, okay, that's not a full.
Oh,
come
attack.
on,
Look at
Shig.
that focus.
Ouch.
18 plus 14 is a 32. That would be a hit normally. However, the rest of your attacks miss.
What?
probably got a decent. I mean, a 32 did hit with it, but that's my 19
Your
and
32
21
hit, the
did.
1921 miss, the 24s miss.
Okay.
Of
Are you
course, the
fucking-
22 hit misses as well.
What the fuck is this AC?
Higher than that,
It's
Higher than
solid
that.
stone, so it's natural armor. Is
it's all natural armor.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
I mean, at least it takes penalties for being large size, -1, and it doesn't have a dex, so yeah.
It's tied for second highest AC compared to the party.
Yeah,
Because Naya has the highest. Next person in line, it's tied with.
yeah, but mine's fluid.
Yeah.
Eden's turn.
Next up is Eden.
She can
Uh,
see.
She can
Yeah,
see
I
the
can
thing now.
What the hell am I concerned about? Fucking light that thing up with some magic missiles.
It's
Do
got partial cover.
Magic missiles and auto hit.
Auto hit.
Even with partial cover?
Yep.
Auto
Okay.
hit.
No,
Cool.
no attack
Awesome.
rolls required. If you can see it and it's in range, you can hit it.
Cool.
I bought a wall.
I was gonna say, like, you've got Naya, me, and Shagan between you, and I'm like, you're gonna what? You hit me with your shit, I'll hit you back.
Thank God it
Not
homes.
really. He's a good character. He wouldn't actually do it.
Oh, maybe
Might
next
fuss at
one.
somebody, but
Go.
He might grumble and look at you stupid, but
He's a good boy.
So lowest
Hurt.
version, 1d4 plus 1 damage. Go. 1 charge expended.
Yep.
so plus one,
So
so 4
4.
points of damage.
Pow.
it doesn't have any kind of damage.
Long as it
DR
has
does not
spell
apply to
resistance.
energy.
Hardness does though. Although the arguments are
Magic
that
missile
critical
states it
is
can only target
normal.
creatures, though.
Yep.
And this is technically a creature.
Yes.
Yeah, but if it's an animated object, it does count as a creature, but it does have hardness, which makes it a pain in the butt for most spellcasters too. Although
Yep.
force just deals straight damage.
All right.
period.
Is that it for Eden?
That'll be it for Eden.
All right.
Thankfully.
Its turn. I need everybody near it. I need Sheena, Ogden, Naya, Bernard to make me a will save.
Ooh,
It's
interesting.
actually decent. That bonus.
That's a good one. Oh yeah, I was looking at +2 because I'm raging, so that's a 20.
Why would
Oh,
you get
resistance
plus
doesn't
2?
Rage gives +2 to will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh,
Good news, all of you succeed. So that effect does nothing.
kind of wish I knew what it did, but I have no clue.
On its
I don't
turn,
Wanna-
it will bring up a hand and punch Ogden successfully,
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh my
fucking Christ.
God.
Oh,
and then we'll
gee.
punch the Sheena.
Yeah, that will hit.
Left hand, right hand.
I muted myself because I just coughed the fucking water. What the fuck? Ugh.
Could you have rolled any better to hit my AC? God damn.
Yeah, I
20,
could
although
have.
Then risk
But
of
I mean, a plus 18, it has to roll a natural 1 not to hit me at this point.
Okay. you get
18
minimum-
damage to Ogden,
All right, so -4
15
is
to Sheena.
Okay, -3, so that's 12 for me.
It's a good thing
14
you
and
both have
12,
DR.
Yeah, we do.
And 3 more points off the tick.
Yep.
8 more
That,
uses per day.
that DR is awfully nice right about now. Awfully nice right about now.
Awfully wonderful right about this minute. Alrighty then.
Zahid.
And that's its turn. Next up is Zahid.
Okay. I take up blades. I put dodge on it. Yeah. And I guess I'm gonna move.
Am I going to have
You
to
can
bear
draw
push
weapons while
anymore?
moving, so that's easy.
Yep.
Lovely. Alright, so I have 40 speed. I can get here. I'm gonna try to get around them, motherfucker.
Yeah, flank this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Good
One
idea,
move.
dude.
You draw your weapons while you're moving.
Actually,
You still have another
yeah.
move.
You still have another move action.
Oh shit, I can. Okay.
You can get around it almost all the way. Just don't get inside of its range. And go there and then go down 10 more. Yeah, there. You've got to get to like this square or this square or this square to really get it flanking.
You have to be on
I can make
opposite
it
side for there for Ogden
So I can do like right here.
or there for Sheena.
Yeah, just
I'm
be
gonna get-
careful. If you pass within 10 feet, it gets a swipe at you.
I understand that, but it'll be worth it because everybody else is after me.
Yeah,
Not to mention,
Alright.
you should have mobility and such, and you have dodge on it, so
and you put dodge
I
on
do.
it. So
you
yeah,
should
if
be
you
all
get,
right.
if you can get to there, that puts us at flanking, doesn't it?
For Ogden.
Yep.
Cool.
I use the variant flanking rules, remember?
If
Everyone.
it's flanked, it's flanked. Doesn't matter who's-
Oh!
Natural
Is that
one.
to hit me?
Yeah, but
Natural
it's
1 on the attack roll.
Just gonna miss.
Does a 29 still hit you? Or would a 29 miss?
Okay, so I have to, let me look.
Mobility gives you 4,
It
dodge gives you
doesn't.
1, so
It
plus
does
5.
not.
So that is an actual confirmed critical miss.
Seriously?
Works in our favor.
Bomb!
Yeah,
See?
His
My
AC got a
AC.
plus 5.
So it's 31.
dodge
It was
mobility,
31.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Nice AC, dude.
Oh god.
Oh, shit.
What's this?
I'm not going to fucking die.
Crit
not
card,
again.
crit
This
card,
is
crit
really
card.
good for Zahid.
Oh.
Natural attack. Overthink it. Your target's armor and natural armor bonuses are doubled against you for the next 3 rounds.
Holy
Oh, hell yeah.
So he's
Oh.
the
So,
tank now.
Zahid, how much natural armor do you have normally?
Natural armor. So my dexterity.
No,
No.
natural armor.
Amulet of natural
armor.
armor, if you have
Oh,
it.
I have one.
So that is
So-
now a 2. And what's your armor bonus normally?
My armor bonus normally is 7.
So that's 8, that's 6. So he gets plus 8 more AC.
What?
For the next
What
3
the
rounds.
fuck? That means I'm 35 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's 30
Yeah.
against him. He's 30. He's 35 against him.
Yes, I am.
Next 3 rounds, if it's going after Zahid.
All right.
I can't taunt it, so sadly it's not. I can't.
Ogden heals for 1.
Ogden heals for 1. Because, you know.
Ogden,
Yay,
Ogden.
fast healing.
And
Yay, fast healing. 1 health. I'll take it. Ogden gets this kind of look in his face like, that hit should have done more. I'm not okay with it. Yeah, we're gonna
Time to Hulk out.
time to Hulk out. He's not too happy with it. His hit didn't do a whole lot.
Versus you've been hit for a lot.
So
So
yeah,
two
versus been hit
crazy
by a
people.
lot. So I lose 6 to my AC, but I gain 30 more hit points.
33, but yeah.
33. Yes, you're right.
Two crazy people beating rocks.
But I have to do this because this is not just basic hit points. 127 normally becomes 3 would be 30, 160. I need to make a note of my normal health over here. Give me 1 second.
Keep like the second green bar back on what it's supposed to, and you only.
Yeah, but I don't know
change
how
the
to do
first.
that. So
Good. Adam could do it for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can do this real
I
quick.
didn't.
Double
Okay,
click.
So reset your
Character,
HP
pop
back
up.
to where it normally is.
Okay, 1 second.
You gotta do is change the red bar and the first green bar and leave the second green bar where it is.
127.
And it'll show an overage of life.
Okay.
All right. So your base HP is 127.
Yep.
How much damage were you at before?
90. Well, minus 33 from 125.
So 190.
92, I think.
And then.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah, 92.
Why is it not going down?
Hold on. Because I was updating your character sheet real quick.
Oh, okay.
I was modifying it, that's why it didn't change.
That's different.
There we go. Now you've got 2 hit health bars,
Okay.
which thanks due to
So,
Michael's aura, the green one's hard to see. But for your HP purposes, change the green one.
I can change.
When you
okay,
get
well,
hit.
I don't see any numbers in the red or green circle.
When you click on your token,
Yeah. Okay, there it goes. It just updated. Cool.
It was just
Yeah.
small lag then.
yeah, just modify the numbers
The
in the
green one
one.
from now. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Better. I'll just remove the light since everybody's in it.
So the green one is supposed to be 160. You know that, right?
Max of
Max.
160.
Cool.
You gained 33 HP, so you went from a 92 to a 125 current.
Yep.
So the green one is your current rage one.
Yep.
And so while raging, we'll just modify that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you drop raging,
And then let me adjust my AC accordingly. -6 is a 15 AC now.
Yeah.
Cool.
and you can set like a circumstance thing in your
No,
armor.
I can update it right here on the little circle.
Yeah.
Keeps me updated. All right, so now we're gonna attack with the stuffy. So now it's flanked. Yay for flanking. I'm going to power. No, I'm not.
Need all
I'm
those
not gonna
bonuses to
power.
hit you can get.
Agreed.
I'm not gonna power attack it. Yeah,
I
am.
always
I'm
power-
Gonna,
I
I was gonna
always
say
power-
I'm gonna put a -4.
You're raging.
Yeah. So that gives me an additional
Caution to the
8
wind.
8 power attack bonus.
Roll that beautiful damage. Let's see if you can do it to it.
Just remember you can never use base attack.
I'm pretty sure you hit twice.
You got 2
Once
hits,
for sure.
No crits.
no crits.
That 24 is not gonna hit that AC. Wait, that doesn't count my base attack, does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
For some reason, only the critical fails. It does not apply.
Oh.
I've yet to
okay.
figure out why. I think it's something in the coding.
It's weird.
But
Sure.
so you hit for a 24 and a 28. Also, sad news, it is immune to crit because it is a construct.
Oh yeah.
Not to
I
lie.
kind of figured. I mean, myself up. Yeah, you did a good chunk of his damage.
Wait.
You did a chunk of HP damage to it.
Yeah, he was,
Well, I mean,
he
I'm
was-
rolling at this point. I'm rolling a D10, a D6, and then a whole lot of power attack.
Yeah, that sounds like Shino, right? But you're using.
But I mean, look at my dice rolls.
He's
I rolled a
doing
fucking
D10 plus D6 plus 19.
yeah. So I mean, I rolled shit on the dice. I actually rolled crap on the dice.
5 and a 4.
Imagine what I'd rolled. What it would have been like if I'd have done a decent roll on the dice.
Yeah. Well, is that all it for you?
Well, I mean, it's a full attack. That's it. I can't do anything else.
All right. Berard.
Bear attack.
I'm not surprised.
Rawr! Bear,
Nice.
I choose
So
you.
we know that it's got at least its AC is 27 at least because
Yeah.
a 27 hit it. So
Mid 20s.
27
Well, we
hit,
know it-
24 did not.
right. So we know that it's somewhere between 24 and 27.
Mid 20s and up.
Roll 20. Why?
Because
Oh.
it hates you.
Go,
Thanks.
Super Bear.
Because it doesn't like
go.
laptops.
Nah.
I'm on my desktop. Do bears have reach? Can't remember.
Large bear depends. I'm not sure.
Let's look at the stats for Bear.
Bear.
You should say on your sheet, ideally. If not, I'm scrolling up the bears to double check.
Yeah, you should definitely have that written on your character sheet if it's there.
Bear,
Oh, God
brown
damn it.
bear, does not have reach.
Nope.
Alright then. That's fine.
It is
Some
size
damage
large, but
to
does
it.
not have reach.
A few of them don't.
Hello there. Let me give you a hand.
Okay, it takes your hand.
Not what I meant.
It has flanking with Sheena, so +2 to hit.
It's got flanking everywhere.
Yep.
It had flanking the moment that he walked into range.
Yep. Variant flanking rule.
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I'm just saying it gets the flanking and it's across from Sheena.
Don't forget the +2. It is important.
Wow! Holy fuck, Liz!
That fucking bear?
What the
Yep.
fuck?
What have you been feeding him?
What the fuck did you do to the bear? It's got a
Fed it-
15 somewhere down the line in that dice roll.
Fed it steroids. What the fuck?
Weapon
Oh, I-
enhancement 15?
That seems wrong. How has it got a 15 weapon enhancement?
I think it's also because of.
Michael?
What?
Show.
It might be also because she's also playing the Arcane Hierophant who specializes in buffing up her pet.
I'm not sure about the +15. That strikes me as odd.
Yeah,
You-
that's a little too
That
high.
seems ridiculously not
2d6
normal.
+8,
The
yes.
claws is the 15. The bite is a 10. To attack.
You meshed two abilities together then.
Yes. On accident.
So it's actually 2d6
2d6
+8,
10.
period. Plus any magical whatevers, but honestly, it's a 19.
She also
It-
has a +15
that's-
weapon in. How?
That macro
Be
is
the other
fucked.
attack. That
Yeah.
macro's messed up.
Oh.
It's
So
not
where did you
keeping
get the
it-
15? Yeah, you have a 15 enhancement for all your
It's-
attacks.
Oh.
An enhancement is an enchantment bonus to hit and damage, like a
It's
her
+15 weapon.
It's her second to attack, her bite. She has it rolled in there.
Yes.
No, she
So
wrote it
roll a
on
15.
both. Where is
It
the
has-
+15 to hit and damage
The
coming
plus
from?
15 came from the sheet that I got sent from Michael. The claw got a +15. Is that just
That's
Okay.
another attack.
okay?
Bear gets bite and 2 claws.
Yes.
But where's the
two claws and a
+15 to hit and damage extra come from?
This is what I got sent.
You might be misreading something.
Most likely.
I think she's combining 2 abilities in one and giving the second attack as a bonus to hit and damage.
That's what the +15.
All right. So, base attack, +15 to hit. Those are bonus. So all it does is a D8 +9 damage and 2d6 +4.
Yes.
which moving up
Yeah.
only gets 1 attack, so it's a +15 with a d20 roll, and then a d8 +9 for damage, unless you have anything else to buff it up further.
Okay.
So it can hit,
Uh.
but the damage may not be as big as you think it will.
So
So
I'm going
reroll.
to, just remove that off the macro, and otherwise you're good.
All right.
Yeah.
It has been removed from the macro.
Yeah, because I was like, holy crap. How do
Yeah.
you get a plus 15? That's impressive.
The 15 to hit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit!
Yeah, I was about to be like, damn, woman.
It doesn't
Like, I was
seem-
about to be really fucking impressed, dude. Like,
The
I
base-
was about to be like, I underestimated your character
the
build, but no.
base attack is still 7 plus 2 on the thing, though. That's the
That's his base to hit. That doesn't factor in strength.
yes.
So
Which
his
is
base
a-
to hit is a
It's-
7
I'm
plus his
referring to-
strength.
Yes.
Strength is a.
29, which is a plus 9.
Mm-hmm.
That's still decent.
He takes a penalty due to size, which is why it
It's a
in this
15 instead of
pre-factored stats says it is a 15 to hit and a 10
did
for the
the math.
secondary.
I double check. It should be right.
No, that looks accurate. Like, that looks like something Michael would have.
So
We spent a
then
whole night on putting
factoring
it together.
in,
Hopefully, I did it right.
it gets a random +1 to hit and damage from something, or +1 to hit and +2 to damage.
She gave it magical items. I don't know. That's
Yes.
Oh,
all behind the background that she did.
okay.
That's just the base bear that we put together.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just the
So
Because I
That's
she's
just
don't
base
think
card.
amulet of natural or something to mighty fist or whatever to pump it up.
bracers of
Or-
armor, color of healing.
Nothing other.
Strength or
He
special.
does
something?
not have an item that gives a bonus.
Nothing
It's
strength
just
increase.
a straight, yeah. No, just straight.
Feats. He has
I-
endurance. Run, track.
yeah, no.
Do you have magic fang on him?
Alertness, evasion.
Damn. That might be what I put registered in there. Because I usually have Magic Fang there too.
Because you'd
Alright.
have to do greater magic fang to get it above a +1.
And even
Otherwise, it just
then,
gets +1 to hit
it wouldn't get the
damage.
lopsided numbers.
Alright.
And also it has duration, so that would burn out.
Yes. Okay.
So 15 to hit with the claws, it moves up,
Oops.
and the damage 1d8 plus 9.
So damage is as listed 6 or +5 is 11 +8 19.
Yes.
Well, his primary attack would be a claw, not a bite.
Yeah, I think as an animal he'd be hesitant to bite stone, but
Usually creatures don't use their secondaries. They lead off with their primary, which is more common.
yeah,
So
we'll
if
leave
you-
it as is for now, but adjusted going forward.
Alright.
Naya.
I'm gonna get slap happy with it. Tentacle attacks or vine attacks.
From there? Damn, girl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
Holy
I need to
crap.
reroll
One
on number
hit.
5.
I
5
just
is
did.
confirmed fail.
29 and then 14 for the 6.
So
only
the
like one of
29 would
those
be
is
for the
fail.
nat 1, which means it's just a miss. And then the 14 is a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Your highest roll was a 24, which is all miss.
It doesn't have a good to hit, but it does get a lot of attacks to make up for it.
Yeah.
6 attacks.
Quantity
15
for
foot range.
quality.
Yeah,
In this case,
Any-
all miss.
that's fine. It's not what this thing excels at.
Sheena. What do?
Oh,
What
better
does
do
this thing do again?
it again. He's gonna try to claw away and bite at.
Sheena, the exception of the rule.
What does flanking do again? So I can be
Give him a
reminded.
+2.
Plus
Give
2
him
to
a
hit.
+2.
All right.
All sorts of good stuff.
Hey.
Especially for people like me, the power.
Well, hopefully it doesn't move into that position then.
It's a
It
move's happy
better
place.
not, because
And
it'll get
bite.
all sorts of attacks of opportunity again from us.
It's
Oh,
not that
true.
smart.
Good. 'cause I'm
Those
gonna
are some
fucking-
impressive rolls. All of that hits. Attack number
Nice.
4, obviously, you don't have 4 attacks, so that gets ignored.
Correct. That's why I'm going to my bite now.
Wait, do you have 2 claws or 1 or 3 claws?
I just 3 claws, and then the physical force gives me an extra bite after I do my full round action, my full round attack.
Okay, you
Claw,
broke
claw,
up.
claw,
3,
bite.
2, or 3 claws?
Three
You're all
claws.
breaking up.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, it's okay.
that's very-
I heard him the second time, which was 3. So hit, hit, and hit. And hit.
And a hit.
Hit.
Lots
So-
and lots of damage from the Sheena.
Finally, what you needed. Multiple hits on the thing. So let me break out the calculator and start adding all this up.
Everyone sounds like a robot. Right?
Gonna be 81, it looks like, because if you
Probably
minus the 1
Discord.
off the 3, that's 20, 20, 20, 20, 81.
Yeah, Discord's. We need to change servers.
Hold on. I'm minusing the damage he did. Sound test.
What was?
All right, Adam, go to your settings.
There we are.
Yeah.
Adam,
Yeah, I know I'm doing it.
Ah,
I do know how to. We're gonna go.
Why does Discord like just being difficult?
it's our server. There we go. He switched to server block. That's all he has to do. Whatever server block we were on was having connection issues. So he switches us to a different server block and we're fine.
Yep.
Sounds better.
81 damage to the face.
Jesus, Shake. Way to go on that hit, bro.
Minus hardness per hit,
Fuck 'em
and
up.
still messes it up.
Yep. Next up, Eden.
Eden Prime.
Eden,
I was
something.
honestly going with Garden of Eden with the
Yeah,
idea.
Oh, Eden Prime, dude.
I wish you
Come
were flicking
on up,
all
Eve.
sides. Make it so much better.
Let me think. I got a lot of goodies.
Well, I'm gonna start putting a time limit on people's turns.
Yeah, because I've got to go to
Alright.
bed. He's got to go to bed.
I have a
Yeah.
12-hour shift tomorrow.
I'm got a 10-hour shift tomorrow. I feel you, bro.
Fuck it.
Just stab it.
Like, how do you not have it set up way ahead of time?
I. Oh,
Like, you've got
I don't
all
even know
our
what this.
turns.
What is?
it was Scorching Ray.
Okay, yeah, because it just starts at Evocation Fire. Does not list a spell name.
It was Scorching Ray.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All
not
right,
even a
so
backup,
that's multiple attacks. It does have a range limitation, which you're fine in because I'm assuming you're at least a 4th level caster.
I am a 4th level caster. Yes.
So then you get 1 ray. You may fire 1 ray plus 1 per every 4 levels beyond 3rd. So you're considered a 4th level caster.
So 1 ray.
You get 1 ray.
And you suffer a -4 for shooting into melee. But at least it's large size, so you don't have to worry about cover.
Correct. So roll to hit.
But it is a touch, and that's a natural 20, so that hits period.
That's it.
Yes. If it wasn't for the fact it was immune to criticals, I would say roll to confirm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
roll your damage.
Oh, hardness is going to get cut in half on that damage.
My problem is
It's
46.
46 damage. Oh, but she rolled low.
7.
I'm very
And then
dodgy.
minus
I'm not
hardness,
good
if it has 5, that's like 2 damage then.
Oh wait, I'm
Oh.
sorry. It does none.
Oh.
What?
It
Your
has
spell hits it and does nothing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Fire deals half against objects and
Probably
such,
has SR.
hardness. Nah, then it would just be snuffed down. She'd have to make a caster level check.
Mhm.
No check
just
is
has
required.
hardness.
It has no effect.
It has hardness of like 8 then or something, so that's zip damage.
No, literally,
Well,
the spell
okay.
hit it, and it was like
Black
a
mark.
pebble might have had more effect. Magic missile worked. That did not.
All right then. This is fine.
This is fine.
Just thinking out made out of rocks, right?
Yes. Its turn.
Okay.
Touch me.
Trying to burn stone. It takes a little bit more heat.
Punches at the Sheena.
Okay.
That will miss
That's
actually,
a pretty bad roll.
Punches the Sheena.
and that will
Punches
hit.
the Sheena.
Doesn't I guess it
What's
doesn't
your
like
AC when you're raging?
because of my ability. Like AC currently is 25, but because
Wow.
yeah,
19 damage.
Loses from
Yeah.
raging, but frenzy increases AC. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I'm regaining the AC, the lost AC from my bonus
That's
con
cool.
because of my class.
It
That's-
offsets it.
That's kind of cool. That's awesome, dude.
As long as I don't end up wearing any armor.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Whereas armor loses all effect.
It's like a
Mhm.
monk who can rage.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Lovely.
but instead of wisdom, it's con.
It's kind of dope.
Next is Zahid.
Now, I have a problem here because I'm helping y'all flank.
At
Well,
this
we
point, it
saw
doesn't matter.
object-
Bearard's got him flanked too.
As long as it is
Okay,
flanked
then.
by somebody, everybody gets the benefit.
Mhm.
Shit.
Yeah, you already
Okay.
have it, so you can
So
do whatever
I
you
can
want.
move 5, 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3 spaces. Okay. Because I gotta move to attack. That's the problem.
You can move down one, then back into the space you were in, and then back around.
I cannot move back into the space I was in.
Oh, is it that way? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot
So then-
return to a
So
space.
here's what you do: 5-foot step first,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
and
I-
then start your attack and move around the thing. I had a blade dancer. I know how to play it. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I've got your back, dude.
Yeah,
I know what you're doing.
I completely forget about the 5-foot step thing.
Yeah, that's you maximize how far you can go around it as you go.
You only
I've
get the
got your
5-foot
back.
step as long as
Am
you're
I-
not taking a
Am
move
I
action.
technically flanking?
Yes,
Yeah.
it
So
is
since
flanked.
he's
Doesn't
taking
matter.
move
It's
action,
flanked.
He can't take the 5-foot step.
he gets to move automatically between his attacks. It's not part of. It's not a move action.
It's the dervish thing. It's as a full attack, you can move and do the attacks.
You have.
I don't
to
think
move
it
while you
classifies
attack.
as a actual movement. It's
It
part
does
of the
not.
full attack.
I thought I had
It's
4 attack.
Basically
guess
like
not.
spring attack, which
Yes.
And then I also use my swiftness bracers to make an extra attack. Which let me just.
What kind of action is activating that though?
Swift.
It is swift.
Okay. Never mind. Cool.
That one I do remember.
No, I got a extra attack. I just do regular.
Just roll your regular attack, yeah.
All right.
But I mean, I'm seeing 2 hits there at least.
at your highest base. So come on, third.
3 hits. I like
Yep.
to see. I
3
like the look of
hits.
that.
Alright.
Ogden, finish it off.
Ogden's planning to. He's grinning. It's not even a maniacal grin. It's just like a happy-go-lucky, yay, this is fun kind of grin.
Alright, there you go. There's your damage.
And gain 1 life back on your turn.
Yep,
Ogden.
working on it.
Sheena pulled aggro because Sheena did most damage.
All right.
Oh,
So,
I should have
let's
said,
see.
"Fuck you,
Flanking,
giant piece
yes.
of pebble."
Giant piece of pebble.
We're gonna -4 on my attack for the power attack because flanking's a thing.
Blank the fuck. I thought I wasn't.
Oh, I don't know if I hit on more than one of those.
The first one did hit.
For some reason, I thought your attack would be more.
Well, I took a -4 to my hit, Dan.
I'm talking about like the very first one. Oh, you're right. Still -4. Shit.
It's still a -4 to hit because of power attack.
Yeah.
I trade off. I put out a mass amount of damage with a lower chance to hit.
Are you still throwing in the 2d6 from charge?
No.
One
Nope.
moment.
1d10 plus 1d6. I have 2 different macros. One for charge, one for not charge.
Okay. Good, good.
Honestly, if it wouldn't cost me an attack of opportunity to run out, I would have done so. But I can only move 20 when I'm not charging, so it's
Yeah.
One enemy, I can only charge once. If there had been a group of enemies, I would have ping-ponged around the battlefield.
Bear's turn.
Raging is for things like this. Otherwise, I ping-pong around the battlefield.
Lydia.
Lydia!
I'm here.
What bear do?
Better do the claw bite.
Yeah,
Hopefully you,
fucking kill it.
hopefully you fixed it.
That's a hit. And you scratch it.
Bite.
You got the exact same roll on the claw.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
You're leaving scratch marks on him.
Ooh.
That is just a
No.
miss.
All right, that's fine. It's just a miss. It's just a miss.
Now, I will say this, it having been a few rounds of y'all fighting it, you are noticing, as hard as you normally hit, this thing isn't taking the full brunt of your hits.
Yeah, we figured that out already.
We're still getting
It's
chunks
taking-
We
of it.
figured that out already.
Uh-huh.
I'll point this out. Berard got 2 hits with those claws and did 0 damage.
Bitch.
Wait. I forgot the bubble slime.
That only affects if target is hit.
Wait, so none of it at all?
So
You didn't
if
do any
it
damage.
hits Berard,
It's defensive, not offensive.
it's a defensive spell. So if Berard took the hit, then Babu Slime would do the acid damage and the Thorn would do the piercing damage.
Right.
It's a counter ability.
Which, to be fair, if me and Sheena weren't beating on it from the other side and Berard was doing damage, it might have looked at Berard funny. But you've got a dwarf beating on it with a big hammer and a little
Carl
cat lady that's actually ripping into it. So I mean, we're kind of the targets here.
You're kind of pulling aggro, yeah.
We're
Yeah,
kind of pulling aggro here.
Naya,
No point to grapple it, as this thing doesn't seem very dexterous, so it's not going to really help with its AC. And based upon everybody dealing the damage, as you stated, my vines aren't going to deal enough damage to be worth a damn, so I will stand ready and do nothing.
technically if you grappled it, in theory its AC would actually go up.
Really? That is shit.
Oh my.
No,
Not
because
actually, but yeah.
it's like if you no longer apply your dex modifier to your AC and you have a negative dex,
Oh God.
It doesn't actually work that way, thank God.
I know, thank God,
but
but it's just like in theory that's actually a
in
mistake.
theory, fuck you. All right. In theory, fuck you, Adam.
But that is the thing,
Probably
it has an absolute shit dex.
Listen, dum dum, Mister.
I do not deny the dum dum.
Sheena heard it.
Change
Sheena heard it
them.
good.
They've
Sheena.
got it.
They want
Yeah,
you to
well,
hurt this thing. Can you hurt this block of stone?
Let's see.
That
Sheena
does
can
not
do
bleed.
We're running out of rage, Sheena. It's already been 3 rounds. I
Yes,
don't know
it
about you,
has.
but I've only got 6 more to go.
Well,
That's about the same
Won't
for
last
me.
that long.
you better
3
hope it
rounds
doesn't
plus
last
your
that long.
It's 3 rounds plus your newly modified con score. We've got
Oh,
7
God.
rounds left.
Okay, last one does hit,
Last one
but
will hit.
Yeah, and it shouldn't take you guys that long. I don't think it can survive that long against you.
Not by sheer quantity y'all are pushing out against it.
I mean, no, there's 3 of us doing multiple attacks around
and
on
the bite hits.
it. Ooh, nice. Nice max damage on the bite, Shig.
Miss. Hit 18.
I guess
plus
he is
21,
able to
39.
like crumble away a piece of the rock that spits it back out.
Yeah, and it tastes like granite.
Rock.
Like granite, yep. Like
Well,
rock.
better not take it
Yeah,
for
look
granted.
at Algren smiled, and you kind of see some of her teeth almost bust.
Little bits
Pat,
of...
pat. Pat on the head. Pat, pat.
All right, Eden,
Although,
what do?
pat, pat's a little hard.
Highly annoyed. I'm gonna magic missile it.
Using wand or normal spell?
Wand.
All right,
5 max damage.
5 damage.
Bad.
Kaboom.
That's more damage than the bear.
It's
We'll
okay,
take it.
Bernard.
We'll take it.
It's turn. I need everybody except Eden to make a will save.
Again.
No, that's my worst thing.
It's been 2 rounds. The ability has recharged.
You're fine, I think.
I think I'm okay.
+2 to the 14.
Oh, Sheena, no.
Wait, that would be a 14 for me. And
Oh, dear God.
Oh, that's
Sheena
gonna
failed.
happen.
Zahid failed. Naya failed.
Well, I'd have to ask, do I get to apply any racial or other bonuses to it, or if it can even affect
Unless
me?
you get a bonus versus transmutation.
No, I don't think that's a thing. Enchantment, sure. Elf, yeah.
So
Transmutation,
you are
no.
now suffering from slowed. You can only take a move action or a standard action each turn.
Oh
In
no!
addition,
That
you take a -1 to all attack, AC, and reflex saves.
Wow!
You can only move half your
wow.
speed.
So,
Opposite of haste.
all right. So, case. So basically, I only have 34 AC against it now.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Considering
you
that your
can't do
plus
your
8 dropped
dancing
off.
and you
anymore.
can't do your dance anymore.
I can do a full. Can I do a full?
No,
No,
Shit.
you get
Shit.
one attack.
you get a standard action or a move.
And your bone.
And this
double
will last
AC
for the next
drop.
7 rounds.
Jesus
bitch.
fucking Christ!
It tried this earlier and failed.
Damn.
I'm so glad I fucking didn't fail that.
I only have a fucking 6 in will.
I have an 8, so I mean, I feel you, bro. Or I have a 6 normally, but I get +4 from my raging, so yay.
it's helps you out a lot. If the +2 didn't help me this time.
Well, I
And
had
then-
a +2 from something else too.
punching the Sheena.
Combat
Oh.
focus.
That's that's just a miss.
As a miss.
That's
And
a
a
hit.
27 is a
Yeah,
hit.
we'll hit.
Punchy, punchy.
27 damage.
So 24.
As it hauls off and punches you.
Dude, she looks a lot.
I just noticed Sheena and Ogden, when raging, have the same max HP.
Wait, how is that possible? I have a higher HP than she does.
She's stacking 2 rages.
Oh,
Well, not just that. I also have the amulet of health gave me a boosted health, so now we have the same HP now. Like,
wait, she can stack her rage buffs?
2 separate rages.
One's a frenzy, one's a rage.
And they list one's an enhancement, the other's like a morale.
So they
one of them gives you
stack.
bonus to damage and to unarm and bonus dex. The other is a regular rage.
So you get +6 because of reckless rage to AC con strength, and then you get what from the other one?
Dex and bonus damage to unarmed strike to my unarmed attack.
So where's the extra HP coming from?
Oh,
She
no,
has
like,
the amulet, which
amulet.
gave her a boosted con to start with.
Oh, okay.
Zahid, it is your turn. You can make a single standard or move action. Which
I'm
means
just-
you can
I'm-
swing your
I'm-
sword once at it.
I'm just gonna see what I can fucking do. I'm still.
Swing it, dude. I mean, we gotta kill it. Swing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only need one attack.
Yeah, just swing it. What's your ace? That's a miss.
That is unfortunately.
Jake, what's your life normally?
Normally, originally it was 112, but since I upgraded the amulet,
Not
it's
far
now
from mine.
124 now.
Oh, so yeah, you're only 3 points different from me to begin with.
Yeah.
My normal life is 127, so you're only 3 points different from me anyway.
So, Ogden, your turn.
Ogden goes Haymaker. We're flanked. We're gonna only power attack 2 this time. We're gonna dump the 2 from the flank into the thing for just 4 bonus damage instead of oops, I hit the wrong button. Let me do this again. Flanking, yes. Power attack -2. No additional. We get 4 damage there. Additional damage bonus, nothing. It is a full attack because I'm bossing. Oh, let's see some of that damage come through.
2
First
hits.
attack.
Hopefully
well,
they finish
he's
it off.
the only one that's not slowed, thank God.
He is the only one. Him and the bear are the only ones that made the saves.
Roar.
2
Roar. Aha!
53.
And that was the first attack. The second one will finish it. As
Yeah.
you hit the first time, swing that hammer around, hit the second time. Go to swing the hammer the third time as you watch it fall to pieces. As literally the magical energy, by this point you're pretty sure it was some kind of magic on it, that was holding all the rock pieces together, falls apart and it just goes thud, 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 as about 2 tons of stone hit the ground.
That may not stop the ragers.
No, I am smart enough to understand. We're done, and his rage ends. End of fucking story.
Yes.
I cancel my rage, so I am now fatigued. I lose temp.
That's been 3 rounds of combat. So you will get another 9 HP back over the duration. because of
Fast heal.
fast heal.
So my HP becomes 92 plus 9 is 101.
Eden,
9 101.
Actually, his whatchamacallit, fatigue is only temporary, so it'll just go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes away in like 3 rounds. Oh yeah, it's fine.
I think I
My
updated
fatigue lasts for like no time at all.
we're
Yeah.
out of combat, right?
Yes.
Yes, and
All right,
And
Adam,
that's
you
where
can,
we're going to also stop.
yeah. You
We're
can
gonna
you can reduce my raging HP. Or I guess we can move that back to whatever. I gain
Stamp
9 hit points, so it would be. I'll just put that back at 160. No, we just reduce it to 0. I don't know. How do you
Just
want
leave it
to do
alone. We can just leave it alone for now.
that? Okay.
When we need to worry about it, we'll worry about it. We'll probably figure out something easier later.
All right, that works.
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it here because I'm going to need some sleep.
Yep.
Thank you to the
Be
people
here.
watching. Hope y'all enjoyed them having to fight it out with a stone golem.
I knew it!